So good afternoon and welcome to Jamie McIntyre Diamond for the final of Division 1 in the Southern Tasmanian Baseball Series. It is the Pirates up against the Athletics green. It's Andrew Hopwood in the main commentary tower, in the Otto Kroon commentary tower, joined by Rob Christie. Rob, we're very much looking forward to this game.
High anticipation here, Hoppy, and welcome. Good afternoon to you and our viewers and listeners. We've got Noonan to Joel, if they're the battery, pitcher to catcher here, and they'll be looking to get off to a positive start.
Well, talking of positive start, there's a really good vibe around the Diamond at the moment. We've had 2 pitches off and 2 strikes already, and there is the third one just low and inside. There's a sense of anticipation, isn't there, Rob, around the Diamond at the moment?
Oh, there is. The crowd swelled a little, you could say, and the rain looks like it's staying away for the time being. Which
is very, very good. I mean, the Pirates have had a stellar year. They've probably the favoured team of the two, Rob. Yeah,
they had the strongest season, yep. 12 wins to 8, and here we go, there's a hit.
It is low base and hard to second base. Good defensive play there by the Pirates. It's always a bit unerring, isn't it, Rob, when that first ball is hit to you, and it's if you can get behind it like that one and throw it over, it just gives you the confidence for the day.
It does. I noticed he rushed a bit there, and he had probably more time than he realised, but yeah, that first play's always an interesting one, and good to get out of the way.
You can see there, interesting, getting right down below the ball. Of course, if you can, it's just getting your glove on the ground. So nicely done there by Tommy Lamberton. Goes up again. There's no talk, and unfortunately, that if you are a Pirates fan, that's allowed a base hit, or probably put that down as an error, Rob.
Oh, look, it was a pivot ball, either shortstop or second all day. It was never should have been the pitches. He did his best, but no, he should have been called off that.
Oh, yeah, no, second base. That was a second base catch, easy by Tommy Lambert. He's got to aggressively run in at that one, Rob. Call the pitcher off. The pitcher is there to do exactly that. You don't have any expectation of them to be taking specky catches like that. You call them on, and you're running towards the ball, Rob.
Yeah, what we used to we call it demanding the ball.
Demanding the ball.
Demand the ball, whether you're a baseman or otherwise.
Here he goes again. He's under it and takes a nice catch, flicks it back, but safe. Much better play there, Rob. Calling him off. I mean, he sort of learnt from the experience. You see the hands were waving as if to say, it's my ball, leave it to me, because again someone can come in from shallow right field, and so again good recovery by the Pirates.
And they're the words, they're the only words you need, my ball, nothing else. And he still looks a little nervy at second base, but hey, he has made both plays thus far.
So we're going now back waiting on the pitch. Ooh, just a little bit outside. Always some nerves early in the game. It is the Athletics who have got a runner on first. Well played there by our pitcher Johnny Noonan to try and force the issue. It's I guess another thing too, Rob, is if you are pitching, you want to show that you're in charge and try and keep that lead-off runner. If you can. It's gone through to second base there. It's just skidded through, and a lovely base hit. That was a good hit. We'll have a look at that one on replay, Rob. But sort of almost on the back foot drive. You can see here, went on the back foot, followed the pitch, and just in front of the second baseman, who has had every ball go to him so far in this game, Rob.
He has. No, he waited beautifully on that, the hitter, and got his just rewards.
So that brings up Johnny Kaz, who's first baseman for the Athletics. Just see on that pitch, Rob, almost a bit of a tightening up on the pitch. It wasn't a full stretch.
Yeah.
Totally different, isn't it, when you have a runner on scoring position?
No, it is. There's more things to go through your mind other than the picture and the signals.
Well played by the third base there for the Pirates, who was able to just take it. That was Zachy Watts. Clearly, you have to keep your head in the game, field the ball, and then just step back. And it is the forced run out, as we see here on replay. He couldn't have asked for a better ball to come to him, and he just easily goes back and touches his base. So at the end of the top of the first inning, it was good defensively in the end for the Pirates, Rob.
Oh, very neat. They got a couple of runners on, but no real dramas at all, and almost a perfect start.
Yeah, well, it is the perfect start. Let's be clear on that. But we should sound a shout out very much, Rob, to our very dear friends and loyal followers of baseball. Jack loves red. Open 7 nights a week. Take home and home delivery. I know you live just up the road here, Rob. You've dropped in and had a little bit of food from Jack Loves Red. We've got the Brew Lab, but join the revolution. You and I'll be going there for a quiet frothy when this one finishes up. Tassal, of course. Beautiful salmon fresh from the sea to your plate. Overland Brewers and Distillers and TIMG. And Rob, you know all about them?
For all your documentation needs, scanning, data, they're the go-to.
They certainly are. So now it is the Athletics who take the diamond. Let's have a little look at their team here, Rob. So pitching and starting off is Benny Nielsen, and he'll be pitching to Chris Morrison. I know you've been out and had a look at some of Benny's work throughout the season. He's quite a strong lad, normally quite accurate.
Yes, he's at you.
Yep.
He's at you. He's got pretty good rip on the ball and speed, and he'll test some of these hitters.
Very much indeed. Well, I'm very much looking forward to the game, but the other thing I'm looking forward to is reminiscing with you, Rob Christie. We've got a lot to talk about. You and I are wily old veterans of this baseball caper. We started way back in the 70s when we were at primary school at Montague Bay Primary, and the great Otto Kroon got us underway in baseball in its infancy, and it was great. Just recently we had a baseball reunion at your lovely shack up there at Orford. Wasn't it great to see Otto Kroon turn up in the flannelette grey with the burgundy trimming piping of the Cougars in the 60s.
Resplendent,
wasn't he?
Just resplendent, and being the coach, non-playing coach, he was just in such good condition. His uniform, but Otto, absolute gentleman, my first coach, and many of our colleagues and friends and mates' first coach, and we probably wouldn't have the friendships and experiences we have had without Otto.
Oh, absolutely. Back in those days, it was pivotal. I remember when we spoke to him, Rob, I said to Otto, why is it you started baseball? And he said he saw a clipping in the Mercury asking for players to come in at a ground, and a whole lot of Hobart people went up as that ball is hit back to the pitcher and straight over. Lovely defensive work there by Athletics for the first out as far as they are concerned. Yeah, and all of a sudden there were all these guys turned up, and baseball was born in Hobart, and Otto was pivotal in those early stages with the great Waddingtons and Pigeons and Martins of those eras. But now we're up to the modern game, and it is the Pirates with their second batter up. It's the shortstop, Jason Devine. Devine goes out. Oh, came in. Just went underneath the ball there, Rob. That was Langenberg playing at left field. He made good ground, and very, very unfortunately for the Athletics, he just ran under it. So they're the ones probably that especially when it's a higher ball, Rob, you tend to just stand and watch for a second to make sure you know whether you have to come in or go out.
He misjudged that one, unfortunately, yep. Well under it, but just the one base there reached by the hitter.
First pitch.
Now still second with no play, so now in scoring position.
Well, let's hope for our left fielder, Johnny Langenberg, that's not particularly costly, because he'll be thinking about that one all the time. Oh, he's pushed inside, but he says That's a strike. I like that pitching, Rob. When the batter is trying to push in on the plate, I tended to try and put that ball inside to force them back.
Yeah, just a little brushback pitch, we'd call it, and just let them know that we're not going to allow you to do that.
Okay, another high ball. Centre field needs to call off here and comes in and, gee whiz, takes a nice catch, but just for a minute there, I thought there was going to be a collision, but a very, very good catch by Sammy Morrison. But it just needs to be very, very clear and articulate. It's his ball. Let's have a look as the shortstop running back. And just for a minute, well, the shortstop was wanting to make that play, Rob. That was James Wolfe. And just for a minute, I thought that was going to be very, very problematic.
Should have been well out of the way, the shortstop. However,
it's a steal again, Rob. Gee whiz, that's good base running and aggressive base running by the Pirates. This is what they're known for.
It is, and he's given the catcher no chance, really. Pitcher needs to probably, for future reference, he needs to hold them on.
Yeah, I think that is going to be an interesting thing. It's one of the things they've been studying, talking of pitchers. It is the pitcher for the Pirates, Johnny Noonan, who is up to bat. And we know that, again, he is one of the better hitters in this lineup, so he'll be looking to try and score and make it easier for himself defensively when he comes back on the mound.
Absolutely, and it's always good to help yourself out.
Deep breath. That's a good step. That's gone down, and it stayed in play. And a fumble produces the run, and the Pirates are off to a very good start. That was a good hit there, Robert. Third baseman diving to his right, just on the outside of the play, and it stayed in, so they were able to get the first score on the board.
Just couldn't quite handle that one, and hence there really was no play in the end.
No, there wasn't any play at all, was there? So now we can see the Pirates are 1-0 up. That's a much better pitch, though. You couldn't have got a more perfect at-bat. Directly over third base is a very hard ball to defend.
Oh, it's tough there, and it happens quickly there at third base.
Oh, that one was there to be hit, Rob.
I think it's gone left.
Yeah, it's gone left. As soon as that one came down, I could feel myself swinging at it. I thought, I want a piece of that one. It was right down the middle, wasn't it? It was there to be hit. Didn't have a lot on it. Sat up right in the strike zone. And Shane Davies, the first baseman, had a really, really good cut at that ball.
Oh, he's always lit right up.
So we are now at the bottom of this first inning. Took a bit of pace off that ball.
He did. They'll be looking to shut this down here. One run in the first dig.
Yeah, you'd take that. You just don't want it to get away from you early, Rob.
Oh, look, you don't. And with two outs, let's see if they can manage that.
The A's. Oh, that's again good hit. It's up in the air and it's sort of dropped in. It was almost like a 9-iron sort of chipped it in there, didn't he?
Yeah, it was. He really didn't have a play on it in the end, other than to pick it up and throw it into his shortstop. Okay,
so a safe hit there to the pitcher, Johnny Noonan. Very, very nice batting. He looked very, very likely as soon as that ball was anywhere in the strike zone. And so now the pressure comes back to Ben Nelson, and we know from previous batters / runners, Rob, that he's had a bit of trouble holding them on.
And
that's much better pitch.
I know there's two out, but he hasn't been getting a lot of assistance from his baseman either. They're not looking to hold him on.
You really would like to see here, Rob, your second baseman and shortstop quickly getting in and out.
Yeah, perhaps not so much with two out, but and there was there was more evidence there that second base was at least fielding a bit closer. Anyway, they've been able to close this down with a fly ball to second base, and in the innings just keeping it to the one run.
So there is the replay of that hit. It was a low dropping ball that we could only just sort of get underneath it and it flew high, and they were able to take the catch. So very tidily done, and 1 run lead to the Pirates at the end of the first inning, and that'll probably calm them down, I would have thought, Rob.
It will, and second base seems to be a bit of a hot spot for where the ball seems to be hit early on in this encounter, and really both second basemen have been fine with doing their jobs.
So, Rob, let's just talk a little bit about your lineage in baseball. We spoke a few minutes ago. You applied your trade early on in primary school with Montague Bay, then you went up to Rose Bay High School. If we can go back then, for everyone listening, tell me a little bit about the popularity of baseball in those years in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, it was popular, and there was a pathway then, and we were very fortunate to be a part of it. You had a number of primary schools involved, both Eastern and Western Shore. Lindisfarne Primary were probably the winningest, but the most prolific school, and in no small way of thanks to a lady called Jill Chappell.
Yep.
She was instrumental in everything to do with baseball at that school, whether it was coaching, umpiring, and they provided a mountain of state players at various, under 13, 15, 17, 18 level. And then in the high schools, the pathway continued. There was a grade 7 and 8 combined competition, and then there was a grade 9 and 10. And then there were the clubs, It
was very strong, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had your Mets and your Eagles and your Cougars and your Norths, and then after that, there was Rams and Roosters and so on.
Yeah, but it was very strong as that ball pitch has gone a little bit too wide. But just so there was some clarity, at primary school on a Saturday morning, if you like, back in those years, all the cricket fields were covered in baseball diamonds. Absolutely everywhere. Whether it be Lauderdale Primary, when you think of, the Zacks, the Nugents and all those sort of players. You go to the Montague Blaze, your Wileys, Croons, Hopwoods, all of those, Lindisfarnes. Very strong. Very strong indeed. A popular sport. And then all of those kids had the pathway to the under 13, 15, 17, 18 national titles.
That's right, the national championships, which was always perennially or annually the first week of January, and it was probably the highlight of our year was can we make that state team, and where are we going?
Correct. So Pirates looking to consolidate on that first inning, and that one's down and away. So now it is 3-2, full count. Oh, nice pitch. And there is a very, very good strikeout by Johnny Noonan. Excellent work by him. He was behind in the count, fought his way back, and was able to strike the first Athletics green batter out, which brings up to bat Nat Rees. Rees playing third base. Enters the box. Pitch just called inside. Noonan looks very accomplished out there. I liked the way he was warming up. He seemed to have very, very good control as that one has been fouled off as it dribbles down towards the third base line, and ineffectually a strike.
Control's going. Sorry to butt in there, Hoppy, but control's going to be the key. If we keep getting sprinkles of rain,
is that? Nicely done by the first baseman there, who leapt up in the air, Shane Davies, to take that catch, and did a very nice job. But yeah, back to the control side of things, Rob, with a wet ball in a wet baseball, similar to cricket, it's very problematic sometimes, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's your variety of pitches reduces
yes.
because you can't grip it how you want to, depending on what pitch arsenal you have.
Correct.
And it could well get down to, which side's pitcher or pitchers can,
get control
get control and to some degree, or maintain control.
So it is Johnny Langenberg who is up to bat. He is playing in left field, and big cut at that one for a strike. And I know that Johnny Noonan at the moment is just really free and easy because he doesn't have to concentrate on anyone within the diamond. All he's concerning about now is transfixing his sight on the catcher's glove. And there's a very good strikeout to Noonan, who I have to say, Rob, is doing very, very well defensively.
No, he's not looking to be extracted out of there anytime soon, Hoppy. He's got the Pirates lineup, even though it's only, 2 innings in, where he wants them.
Yep. Yeah, no, very, very good play by him as we see this pitch come in, and there it is for a strike. So, Rob, you started off in your state selection in under 13, moved your way through to senior ranks, and so tell us a little bit about your senior baseball career.
Before I do that, I'll just go back. I was lucky enough to go away 3 times to in under 13 and a couple in under 15 and 3 in under 18, and then went to Georgia Southern, like a few of us were able to do in the US for an under 19 national team. Played seniors here, and then the travel bug sort of got me. I ended up in Adelaide for 5 years, from 86 to 91, and played with the East Torrens Red Sox team. And they were the Claxton Shield days before it went National League in the Australian Baseball League. And we had, at East Torrens in Division 1, we had 5 senior divisions. We had 7 either former or current Claxton Shield players in the starting lineup. And they went away. Our players from East Torrens that were still in the Claxton Shield went away. I got the call up to shortstop, and fortunately I stayed there for the next 5 years and was lucky enough to play in a Division 1 premiership, which was really sweet because of the 13 clubs over there, and they're all licensed and that sort of thing. And we had a policy where we would not import anyone from overseas, and each club was allowed 2 imports. Mainly they were Americans, but there were some extraordinary players there, some Chilean players as well. And so to win that Division 1 premiership down at Glenelg against former Aussie pitcher Greg Elks, and with Australians only.
It was a great effort.
It was just wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to that a little later on because there's 1 or 2 players that I know you played with household names. But let's get back to this game. It is the grand final day in the Southern Tasmania Baseball Series at the Jamie McIntyre Diamond. We're coming to you from the Otto Kroon Tower as that ball has been fouled off. It goes high, but outside the parameters of the fenced area, and it comes back as another strike.
Looks like an old adversary of ours, or former adversary, Grant Stump, actually on the mound, but it's not Stumpy. It's,
no, he's there though, but I'm just looking here,
Nielsen.
Rob, there's been a change in the catcher. Looks to me like Sullivan.
Yeah, Sully.
Yeah, he's gone back to catching now.
He has.
When it was Morrison in the first inning, so just keep an eye out for that, whether there's been a problem for Morrison in the early. Because there is a lot of strain on the body as a catcher, isn't there? Getting up and down, especially in the knees.
No, there is. I'm not sure they've had a straight swap position.
Yeah,
position-wise.
Keep an eye on that.
I've missed out on that.
Anyway, it's Nielsen. Good work by Nielsen for the first out with a K2. Very, very nice controlled pitching there, Rob.
Good start. One and zip.
Always loved it when I had my turn on the mound, Roberts. If you can get in front, you just relieves the pressure, doesn't it? Somewhat. You can feel like your pitching selection becomes a little bit more extravagant, a bit more experimental, given there might be one away and a new batter.
Oh, indeed. You're running a double play away from ending the innings, and you got that first cab off the rank. Good strong start from Nielsen.
He's certainly getting a rhythm up here, Rob.
Bit more venom on that, I noticed.
Yeah. So that was a really good pitch, just clipped the outside of the plate. You can see here, getting a grip inside his mitt. Again, it's almost a comebacker. It has to be picked up by the shortstop, which is done. Throws across.
Yeah, nice play.
And got him in time. Gee whiz, that was a great play, Rob.
No, some great lateral movement to his left. Few steps after that. Minimal stuff, and threw a strike straight to Johnny Kaz at first base, who did the rest.
Let's have a look here. I think it's Wolf playing at shortstop. This is a really hard play. That's almost gone over the base. Got down low, was able to turn, as you say, pivot, and just got him in time. And it was a really, really good stretch as well over there at first base.
Oh, if Johnny Cass could order some more of them, he'd certainly be doing so.
Very much so, yep. So a good take by Kaz. That one. Just a little bit wide to the right fielder, Jack O'Don.
I must talk to Grant Stump after the broadcast. He's got an uncanny resemblance. Our pitcher Nielsen to one G Stump.
He has, hasn't he?
He has.
Well, because Stumpy is over there. What a great reserve to have in your arsenal to bring the veteran of the Mets era.
Brings great banter amongst other things, Andrew.
Very much indeed. I've had the good fortune to travel with Stumpy and one or two carnivals, Rob. Yes, I think you probably might have been away on a touring party with great G Stump.
He's a very good tourist.
He's a good tourist.
We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Probably.
Well, that was close, but it was inside. And just losing a little bit of control on that particular at-bat, which sees Jackie Don, the right fielder for the Pirates, making his way up the first base line, and now the Pirates have one aboard with two out at the bottom of the second. A few deep breaths. Oh, a little bit lack of communication on that one, Rob. Don't know what happened there. I think it'd be interesting to see on replay whether the catcher was he actually fired. Let's have a look here.
He wasn't aimed. The run hadn't gone, but one of the pivots has to go across and back up on every return throw from the catcher to his pitcher, and there was none of that, and therefore he strolled through, well, relatively comfortably. There was a play on him, but he got there fairly comfortably. Just switched off there. That's all you can put that down to, I think. Two outs, thinking, oh, well, one to go. And
Morrison's gone to second base, so it was I think a straight swap there, Rob, as a strike is called.
Ah, yes. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
This is one where you would expect your shortstop and your second base to be working the fielder. That's a nicely taken. It's a loopy throw, but it's an accurate throw. Really nicely done there, Rob. Just taking his time on getting that throw across by Nathan Rees, the third baseman, who was very assured in his glove work, and in the end, a lovely throw over to Johnny Kaz to receive that ball.
Yeah, no, obviously with two out, no need to stare down that runner between second and third. Just go about your routine of making that routine out at first to end the innings, which he did comfortably and nonchalantly.
So that sees coming up to the top of the third inning now. The Pirates are 1 and the A's are yet to score. So yes, Rob, so some of the players that you played with there in Adelaide, I know that there was a catcher who was probably better known for his cricketing prowess. Can you tell me a little bit about that particular person you played with, or who played at the club that you were at?
Well, Wayne Brooks was our catcher.
But just before him, wasn't there a one-eyed Chapel?
Sorry, yeah, not at our club, but at the Glenelg Club.
Glenelg Club,
yeah.
sorry. My apologies.
That's right. Our coach at East Torrens was a Glenelg icon called Don Rice, who was a left-handed hurler, pitcher, played for South Australia and Australia, and his son Gary played for Claxton Shield and with us too at East Torrens. And in his heyday, when baseball was played in winter in South Australia, the battery, as in the pitcher and the catcher at Glenelg, was left-handed Don Rice to Ian Chappell, and the mail on Ian Chappell was he just had a gun sitting there right on his shoulder, as in he had a very strong arm. And Donny Rice, being a left-hander, when a runner got on first base, obviously a left-hander in the stretch position is looking at first base, facing first base, and over a 3-season period there, when Rice and Ian Chappell formed the battery, no one stole from first to second.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
And of course, what happened was baseball went from winter
That's right.
to summer, and I guess some people might say Ian Chappell didn't make a bad decision to stick with cricket, but he and Greg and to a lesser extent Trevor are on the honour roll at when you walk inside the Glenelg Baseball Club, and they're much revered figures there, even though their cricketing career is
probably more known for their cricket as that. I thought that was a curveball dropping in, Rob, but called a ball for the first pitch by Johnny Noonan. He's a no-fuss pitcher, Rob, doesn't he? He kind of gets into his work very, very quickly. Sometimes you have pitchers who stare down looking at their catcher, but he sort of gets into it quickly and he makes his mind up and just gets on with the job.
Exactly that.
Rhythm, doesn't he?
He gets on with the business, and that's how he likes to do it. And batters have got less time, and unless they're going to step out of the box and claim they've got something in their eye, or I don't think there's too many bugs around today with this. But
I know it's interesting, isn't it? If Johnny gets into a rhythm, and if I was batting, that's something I would think of to get him, to try and upset him, as that ball has gone foul right down the line and into the wall. Yeah, so if he's getting that rhythm and not getting troubled, why not step out of the box a bit, just so it forces him to stop, which can annoy him slightly and maybe force an error or two in relation to his accuracy.
Yeah, do something. Shape round to squeeze bunt.
Anything.
Well, squeeze bunt if there's a runner on, but just something, because it's all his own way at the moment.
Well, a good out there. Wasn't the greatest of swings, if to be very, very clear, by Aaron Jarvis that time. It was almost like a bit of an afterthought on that one, Rob. It was, oh my goodness, that's gone across the plate, I better have a crack, and it was straight back into the dugout for Aaron Jarvis, and he was retired for the first out for the Athletics green.
And the other thing to do, if it's going to continue in this vein, is one of the base coaches or head coach could take control and call a timeout, do something. It hasn't got to that stage yet, but
but he's getting into a rhythm quickly. Which is good on him. You can see as soon as he accepts the signal, he gets into his work, gets that big stretch down the mound, and a very efficient style. So that was the first strike. Thrown down the line by Johnny Noonan. It is the Pirates who are in the positive position with 1 run to nil so far. They finished on top of the ladder. There's the ball. So we're now got a full house. 2 and 3. Oh, good cut of the ball. Really nice swing that has gone away for a foul, and it is still a full count.
Threw his hands at that pitch, which is good to see. It's a
nice swing, that one.
He's not backing down.
Back in his stance, preparing for the pitch. Oh, it's a little bit high in the strike zone, but it's good enough to strike the second batter out. So that's two K2s in a row. That's Jarvis and Morrison retired, as it now brings Sammy Morrison up to the plate. Inside, maybe just getting a little bit drizzly out there, Rob.
Yeah, just noticing it on the OB van here, and
oh, that's a good cut. Goes out, shortstop, getting under the ball, takes it very, very comfortably, and the team is retired with the minimum of fuss. 3 up, 3 out. That's terrific work there by the Pirates.
Noonan be very happy to depart the mound, given the drizzle we're experiencing, and just get out of there, because it's just so hard to grip. And let's hope the umpires are doing their due diligence as well, and keeping it as dry as possible.
Very much so. So, Rob, I know when you played and I played, in those early years, we used to get quite good crowds that come over to Baseball City over at Warrane, which was at North Warrane, which I think was home to the Eastern Suburb Roosters, I think, was it? Or what are they called in the rugby? It was the
Eastern Suburbs Rugby Club.
Yeah. It was a really good surface, though, wasn't it? And there was always quite a big crowd on a Sunday afternoon at the baseball, wasn't there?
Yeah, we... or like they still do here, and in quite a lot of leagues around the country, club balls on a Sunday, and it had quite a following, not just from players and their families and close ones, but other people used to gravitate as well. There were some footballers there. I remember Rod Kelly, Moose Lewis.
Some of the greats
and others would come along, and I think Moose played a few games, bloody blah. But no, it was good times, and
well, traditionally, Robert, was the cricket on the Saturday, like you said, that the cricketers go out. You'd go out, you'd have your Maloney's and your Tats back in the day, a bit of circuit work.
Your Pips,
all of those great watering holes of yesteryear. And everyone, as a bit of recovery, would head over to Baseball City and very much enjoy a day of frivolity on the hill. And so it's great to see baseball back in action out here at the Jamie McIntyre Diamond at Prince of Wales Bay. Very conveniently for you, Rob, I know you enjoy coming down to the baseball. You're a Lutana resident, so I know that you come down most weekends to have a look at the baseball.
Lutana Heights, to the locals here. We refer to our
Upper Lutana, is it?
Oh, yeah, take your pick, Lutana Heights, Upper Lutana. But yes, it's convenient, and it's a joy still to come down and see how they're going about it.
All right, so no change in pitching at this stage. It is still Ben Nielsen on the mound. And that's just the start he would enjoy. Strike right down the middle.
I think young Noonan's probably got about the same speed as one G Stump used to have in his prime, which is good to see. I just wonder whether G Stump's mentoring him at all with the athletics.
He does. He has got the stumps about him. There is no doubt about that. And I think Stumpy's over there. He'll warm up with a cascade and a couple of darts out the back, knowing Stumpy?
Yes, be of that persuasion, and Andrew Hopwood.
No, very wily baseballer, as it is Nielsen.
And
good pitch. That's gone out to the left fielder, who's camped himself underneath it, Johnny Langenberg, and taken a very comfortable catch.
Never in doubt that. The other thing I've noticed too about Noonan's arm when he throws is that he short arms it a bit like Grant Stump did as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's a bit of mentoring been going on. And you could do worse than refer to Grant.
Very much so. Yeah. No, preeminent baseballer. As that one's a bit of a sling which caught the plate, but the umpire said it's come down on the inside. Also, Nielsen behind on the count in his attempt on that one has all but pulled it, and it's gone to the outside of the plate. That one straight down the middle. Piercy, the centre fielder, took that one, and so now come back in the count. Oh, that's a
straight up
great bit of batting there, Rob.
He fended that off. It got a little bit inside of him, but he's fended it off, threw his hands at it, and straight up the middle. Nothing wrong with that.
It's a very, very good hit indeed.
And he's suitably happy too. He's got the smile happening, and why wouldn't you?
So it is clean-up hitter and pitcher Johnny Noonan. He reminded me of one of our great colleagues, Mark Kroon, on that particular bat. He was a back foot player. Same with Paul Zack, another one who tended to sometimes get that back foot back, but had a terrific eye. Yeah,
and sometimes semi sort of, in inverted commas, stepped in the bucket type thing.
Yep.
Not quite as exaggerated as truly stepping in the bucket for you baseball people out there, but yes.
Very good eye to be able to do that, because generally you keep your back foot planted and put your front foot is the one you sort of lift up and go towards the pitcher, or more over to where the ball is moving. It's an outside pitch, you go towards first base. It's an inside pitch, maybe towards third, and pull it to left field.
Yes.
Ooh, off speed. Dropped in really nicely there, so good pitching again by Nielsen.
We got one out, runner in scoring position.
Clean up batter on, Rob.
One out.
Here we go. Oh, it's a high inside fastball that Noonan almost sort of fended that one off. He didn't really look to be in control of that ball. It got big on him, Rob, and he came right round it. It just took the top of his bat and was fouled off.
I like his hands, Noonan.
Yeah.
They're coming through quite quickly.
Oh, he waited on that one. Just got away from the first baseman in Johnny Kaz, and itching to see that one. If he got to that ball, there was a dead set double play, because the advancing runner had already gone to third. Let's have a look. He'd already gone, he'd committed. So you take this catch, you're throwing it straight back to second. So very, very fortunate for the Pirates. The ball just stayed in front of Johnny, and their advancing runner got to third.
Just an in-betweener, that one that ended up bouncing in front of Johnny Kaz, and they've reaped the rewards. The Pirates, runners on first and third now, with just the one Indian out.
Well, traditionally, when you're playing first base like that, Rob, you're probably more on the back foot, ready to be defensive, not aggressive on the front foot, which that ball did drop in. So
it did dip. It did dip.
There is the ball thrown over. That's better from the A's though, Rob, back with the shortstop coming over to back that one up.
Well, yes.
You want to see that, like basically the shortstop and the second base on every single pitch, they just cross over.
They have to. Yeah.
They have to cross over, just in case that ball gets away from the pitcher.
Exactly.
Well, that's a little bit too high in a ball.
Shane Davies, the first baseman, up now, and he looks likely.
Yeah, he does. He's batting 5, good strong man. And when he takes the cut, Rob, he doesn't leave anything left to wonder about, that he wants to hit it over the fence. He has a good swing at it.
Yeah, there's nothing in between here. It's all or nothing.
It is all or nothing. That one's on the outside. Actually, very well caught that particular time by Sullivan. If that ball gets away from him, the advancing runner could potentially come home, and Percy was on his toes, ready to do that as well. Yeah, it's interesting. It's in relation to that pitch. It is almost a push instead of dead set, really flinging the ball, isn't it?
Yeah,
on that action.
He's
like almost reserving, holding something back slightly.
Yeah, he's what I call short arm.
Yeah, this
to
short
some
arm.
degree. His pitching hand doesn't always go down via his hip.
Yeah.
Make that loop up to the release point.
I reckon he's got a few more kilometres in him, Rob, if he was to stretch up a little bit further.
Yeah,
a bit of pace.
Agreed.
Yeah. But he's pitching nicely, very, very nicely is Nielsen. And there again, when you do have that short arm style, you can tend to, if you hold it back, and that's what can happen. And there is the fourth ball, and indeed there has been a timeout called, Rob, where we're just going to have a bit of a discussion about how things are going out there on the mound.
Yeah, I guess it's bottom three, loaded bases, all the sacks got a runner on them, and there's only one out, and so they'd love a double just to roll a double and finish off innings, of course. But it's a semi-dangerous position to find themselves in because hit through the infield. And I'd say Noonan's going to score from, or want to score from second base.
Oh yeah, no,
as well, particularly if it goes right side. Once they see the ball go right side, he's looking to score every time from second.
Well, I know when you and I came down here a few weeks ago, Rob, and we were commenting, weren't we, how he is an aggressive runner, aggressive baseballer, to be quite true, is Johnny Noonan. So he'll certainly be looking to get himself home from.
Yeah, he'll take a nice big, as big a lead as he can up there with.
One out. That's a good pitch. And our plate umpire agrees with us. So that's 1-1.
Just looking at the runners to see whether they've got their momentum going towards that next base when it crosses the plate here. Because it is a forced position, or forced situation here, and they could perhaps be... they have that momentum going up. If I'm going to be picky, a bit more towards the next base.
I agree. So this is a pressure pitch. It's got to be good. Oh, and it's down and low, which means that there's not going to be too much variety on this one, Rob. It is all on the shoulders of Ben Nielsen to throw a strike.
It's got to be around the mark for the Athletics, doesn't it?
It's a ball. It's a run. Oh, that's a good pitch. Oh, just deemed a little bit high there, Rob. And, of course, that means that the Pirates get their second run.
Did not get the call he was looking for, and hence they've doubled their lead. 2-0.
It's very close, but just a tad high, so... The pressure continues to mount when all of a sudden you've walked a batter and the bases are still loaded. You want to try and start off with a good solid strike. That's a good pitch. That's the way to do it. And you can see, I think, now on third base, Johnny Noonan, he's trying to put those heavy steps, get down the line and feint as if he's going to try and run home, just to try and catch Johnny Nielsen, so he takes his concentration away from the batter.
Just sow a seed, put another seed there.
There he goes again, you can see there.
And again, I'm going to be picky because nothing wrong with that, but he's actually, when the ball goes over the plate from the pitcher, the third base runner Noonan's standing still, or he's leaning backwards, which is, with loaded bases, should be doing better than that.
You've got to have that momentum going to where you want to go. So all of a sudden now they're having a bit of a chat and they say, how you feeling? Give him a bit of confidence. I like that timeout, Rob. Just to give Nielsen just a breath for a minute to collect his thoughts and go, start to visualise those better days of strikes, coming out of his hand.
Yeah, and realise you're not on your own totally.
Correct. So Nielsen now behind the count. There's a good pitch. 2-2. Good pace on that one, Rob.
Well, you could say he's back in town, BIT with the count.
2-2. That's a good pitch. gone straight towards second base. You can throw that one back down to first, but not before. That goes down as a sacrifice because Johnny Noonan on that fielder's choice has got home, Rob, and so the Pirates get one more to their total.
Yeah, he's crossed home plate, and it's starting to mount, Hoppy.
It is. So with that out, we have 2 outs and 3 runs to the Pirates, bottom of the third. You take that in a grand final any day of the week with 3 innings and 3 runs. That's a good pitch. Good comeback. So if Nilsson can get out of this innings, Rob, would you look at maybe someone in the bullpen?
Well, it depends who they've got today.
Good pitch.
Anything's a possibility, but you'd have a chat. Ask him how his arm is, regardless of how he thinks he's going. How's your arm? Is it sore? Is it getting towards the end of your tenure out there, or have you got plenty in the tank? That'd be the first conversation I'd have. And then if you want him out there, just hopefully what strings to pull if you need to pull any, just to keep his dander up.
Yep. No, I agree.
He might be just might have been a self-starter, but he might not need too much. He might be quite a determined character, and he's a good quality fella. There's the way to come back, Rob. Just as we were questioning him, he comes up with a big K2 to finalise that inning. But it is the Pirates in the grand final of the Tasmanian Baseball Series, leading 3-0. So we're now back to the top of the fourth. Of course, it is a 9-inning game. Due to 9, unless, of course, it is a blowout, and then it will finish early. The old mercy rule will take over, but it is still Johnny Noonan with pretty good control, continuing on the mound, Rob. Yeah, no reason why he wouldn't be there.
Good swing and a strike, 1-1. You and I have done a fair bit of homework on this game, Rob, and we do know that the Pirates really were a confident team as that ball goes out. It's over the centre fielder, but tell you what, he did a great recovery as it went over the top of Connor Pacey. But that's a good at-bat, and that's just what the Athletics needed, Rob, to start them off.
No, beautiful contact there from was it Nathan Rees?
Yeah, no. I tell you what, that was a very nice play by the centre fielder there too, Rob, by Piercy.
Look, it was. It probably could have rolled and become a two base hit, but he's pulled it up well.
He did. Yeah, if that ball continues onto the fence, there was an extra base, so did a really, really good job.
James Wolfe now at bat. Here we very keen to advance. Sorry, it was Ben Nielsen who hit that ball.
Having a good game, Nielsen. He finished off strongly with that K2. And that's right up the middle. I reckon that's another base hit, Rob. So 2-2 as he turns to go to third, but he'll hold up there. That's two very, very good at-bats for the Athletics green.
Well, they're coming, and they need to. You don't want to be, not troubling the scorer, and you start to get into the, fifth and sixth innings. So, good luck to the Athletics there. None out and 2 on. They'd like to get out of this forced situation, though.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be bunting Johnny Kaz up. You'd let him have his head there at the plate. Absolutely, but they'd be looking for just a wild pitch, something to break up this forced play. Last thing they want to double play at this juncture.
Squared off there, Kaz, to go the bunt. Then he pulled back. I'd really love to get some scoreboard pressure on. Oh, that's right down the middle. Kaz takes a swing, but it's gone foul. But aggressive play by the Athletics there, Robin. It's the first time that a few questions have been asked of Johnny Noonan.
Yes, true, and Johnny Kaz turned on that ball like he was shelling peas, and third base umpire Dave Edwards was quick to say it was foul. But
look at that big throw back there.
Don't mind seeing that.
Yeah, well,
from the catcher.
Absolutely.
There's no real doubt that
he was going to get back, wasn't he? But it's almost saying to the runner, if you're prepared to get off, I'm going to have a good look at you, as that one was called strike. So good pitching there, good comeback by Johnny Noonan.
Yeah, and the centre fielder was closing in case there was the ball got through. Oh, gee, Johnny Kaz was early on that.
Very early on that one, Rob, as he turned back round to drive it up to third base.
Off-speed pitch, but gee, it was coming towards us. I nearly had to take evasive action.
He really had to wait on that one. So 2-2.
Maybe sensing that Johnny likes the pace on the ball. We'll see what happens with this next pitch.
Oh, he's there again. He's
all over it.
He is, isn't he?
He's all over it. I think he's got to really.
It's a good at bat.
He needs to throw him outside here.
I'm with you.
Really.
So you're on the mound, Rob. The catcher should be caking this one to the outside corner.
Oh, look, I would.
And it's right down the middle. Oh, what a catch! Throws back over to first for the double play. That is wonderful play by the Pirates. That's right from the top shelf, Rob Christie.
Oh, look, that's...
Look at Watsy over there at third base. He says, I tell you what, let's have a look at this on replay.
What did he throw him? What did he throw him here? No, he just
straight up the middle.
Off-speed pitch.
Off-speed. There it's the catch. And quickly getting it back to first base on the stretch for a double play.
Johnny Kaz will be kicking himself. That ball was nude. There was nothing on it. And yes, Watts has taken a good catch here, but an even better throw to,
Noonan took a bit off it. It was right down the middle, and it was there to actually be hit, and he pulled it right into the clutches of the third base.
No, it had hit
pivotal play, Rob, in the game.
It was. It had hit me written all over it, but unfortunately couldn't put it where he wanted to, and here we are. There's the third out with a K2, and Noonan's got out of it.
Well, big moments in games. That is a big moment in this game. I put to you, Rob Christie.
Oh, it is.
Runners on first and second. A batter having a wonderful at-bat. He was seeing the ball as big as a basketball, and he swung round early on a straight pitch right down the middle.
Look, yeah, it could be certainly a momentum changer for that innings. And you just look at the Pirates players coming off, they've got a spring in their step.
Absolutely, Rob.
Shoulders back, and They're all over Watto, and so they should be, the third sacker.
Yep. Yeah, no, very, very good play defensively there by the Pirates, and the indicating signs at the moment, Rob Christie, they are growing with confidence, aren't they, the Pirates? And you and I know, Rob, from watching many a games this season, that they are a team that are good front runners. And so for me, if this was going to be a really close game, Athletics needed to apply the pressure early and ask the questions of the Pirates. But if the Pirates can get out in front, that's where they like to be.
No, they'll feed off that, and it may not just be for this next ensuing innings. They'll feed off it, and it'll be interesting to see how they approach their hitting for this innings. We've got Nielsen returning for his fourth innings, and he finished off well.
Yep.
For that last innings.
No, he did, and talk about confidence going ebbing and flowing, Rob. He came in, he finished with a K2, started with a hit, and he probably thinks to himself, I've got him back in, and then he was thrown out on that double play, so he's gone from chocolate creams to boiled lollies.
He has. He has. The bonbons are out.
Yeah.
So he really needs some support here in the field. That's the thing he'll be looking for, and just get him to hit that ball, hit groundies out, hit ground balls.
All right, so it is Jackie Don, the right fielder for the Pirates, who is having his at bat, slinging action.
If he's related to Storm Don, because earlier you were talking about the Pips and the Travs days and the Maloney's, and there was a singer called Storm Don.
Oh, and they might think there is a relation there, Rob.
One Tony Risley had a relationship, former player. Many
former
of
player.
Yesteryear, but Storm Don rings a bell. But anyway, let's concentrate on Jack Don.
There is a ball. Talking of former greats, and I've just had a text coming through from a former Eagles reserve player, very up-and-coming player, a young Ian Southhorn, who's watching the coverage live from Manchester in the United Kingdom, and so we must send our Cheerios to Southie as that one is put down. This is a hard play to make, and Jacko was always on the run there, wasn't he, Rob? That's a hard ball to defend when it was just chopped down and stopped there like that.
I'd hope
getting up to first base.
I'd hope the scorers would score that as a base hit, because even if you come up with that barehanded, which is what he would have had to have done to possibly get a play on it, I don't think he could have got it. I don't think anyone could have got it. It just died the ball, and it didn't keep rolling as he would like. So I'd say that's a base hit. Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Third base did he?
Safe. Safe hit inside diamond to 5. Definitely on that one, Rob. You'd be very, very stiff to be called that one as an error.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't do anything. I knew
be a bit dark
everything right.
If you looked in the scorebook and you saw E5.
We'll talk about that, the errors, and as that one is a strike as it's gone towards second base.
I'm not sure what happened with the
Was that a strike, Rob? I
there.
didn't quite... Or it was a ball. We just might even quickly see on replay if we can just pick up what the umpires... They are signalling quite late. Let's have a quick look at this one if we can.
I think it was inside.
It was inside. So thank you very much to Jerry for organising that replay for us.
There's a bit of a mix-up with the pivots there, second base and short. There was no one really in position to take the throw anyway, so he was never really in danger.
Again. Oh, that one's very wild pitch. Really starting to tighten up in the action on that one, Rob. That round arm style. Where we come from the Grant Stump School of Pitching. Just hopefully for Athletics, that's just a one-off to Benny Nielsen, whom we are singing his praise. He has done a pretty good job so far. Oh, huge cut at the ball.
Nice location from Nielsen. Inside and slightly up.
Big pitch. It's gone off. It's gone up. Catcher trying to make his way there.
Had the hit of chasing there. Well done, Nielsen.
I tell you what, it's over there in that hive is top, talking of legends of the game. That looks like Black Pete, the great Warwick Johnson.
It is.
Now, there was a very, very fine baseballer, Rob Christie.
My word, I had the pleasure.
There he is there, ladies and gentlemen. Black Pete, very, very good baseballer back in the day. You played with him.
Yep.
I played with him, of course, in state.
You would have.
State championships, as that one is swung off high and out, and I used to have to face off against him when he was playing for the old Cougars or the Eagles Green.
Eagles Green,
Eagles Green against your Eagles Red, of course, of whom I proudly don that cap, Rob Christie.
I know. No, I had the pleasure of playing with him. He was a pitcher. I was a bit younger than Warwick, but
yes.
We beat you guys 5-4 over at Baseball City.
Yeah, but no one wants to know about a loss in the grand final, Rob.
5-4 it was, and that was over at the Eastern Suburbs Rugby Ground.
Oh,
Baseball City.
Big swing on a high pitch. And that retires the batter, which is Lockie Jolfi, as Jason Shitty Divine is up to bat Rob. And I say that reservedly, but I had a bit of a chat to him. He's a real character, and he's got that actually written on his back.
I did see that, and I was wondering earlier on if my eyes were failing me, but no, you've confirmed that
there
my
it is there.
Eyesight's all right, and it's true. Yeah.
But given we don't know him that well, let's just call him Jason.
I think that's safe. I think that's safe for
Ball outside.
Ourselves, more importantly than as
our viewers.
as our viewers and listeners. Yeah,
that's right.
But
so there is a little pressure. We can see here, runner getting a good lead off at third base. Oh, that's right down the middle.
Right, gee, he stepped early away from that, not interested, when I thought, it was, called a strike, but anyway, interesting. He's decided that he didn't really want a part of that.
Wind up, just on the outside.
Talking about Warwick Johnson, he still has an affinity with grass, but it's more in the lawn bowls area where he's enjoyed mixed success this season.
Yes, I do know that. On that caper, unfortunately, I partnered with him when he had one of his off days, Rob.
With that infamous cavalcade of Sports Day.
Yep.
Yes.
I had great high expectations to pull the joker out, but unfortunately Warwick's skills were awry that day. So I had very sore shoulders.
Game of inches, like this one is here.
But it is Pirates doing all the front running at the moment, Rob.
Yeah, there's
runners on first and third.
Piling the pressure on with one out. Pain not quite there, but looming in the background. And
we've got Connor Percy, the centre fielder, whom we've loved his work defensively, and we know he's an aggressive runner. He's been on board before. Comes back inside. In fact, it's that inside, Rob. It's just clipped.
It has.
The shoulders.
He's taken one for the team, and we got a full house. We got loaded sacks.
It's the way you want to do sometimes when you see the ball coming towards you, Rob Christie. You just sometimes have to take that one for the team, don't you? Because it means that there's a big opportunity and a lot of pressure being applied to the Athletics. This is pivotal to the game here, Rob. If they could get these guys home, it could be good night nurse.
Or Irene at the floodgates, yeah. But I remember a trainer, you would have done this. We used to have the tennis balls pitched to us, and we'd just take them on our upper arm for practice,
Yep.
So that if
Step
and when
into
that came up in a game, we would it'd be second nature to us.
It's the power hitter, Noonan. And I can tell you one thing, Rob. This man's not looking for a walk.
No.
He is out here to hit the ball over the flags. Oh, he's taken that one inside again. Good batting, forcing the issue. The reality is, if Benny Nielsen can't throw it over the plate, Rob, it is another run to the Pirates.
He'd love something to go to right centre here, Noonan.
Big hit! Going out deep. High. Runners tag up. Coming home. Ball comes in. It's actions. Back to third. It's got away from him. The runner gets up. He's going home. And the Pirates have scored 2 runs, Rob.
5-zip.
Well, this game's being turned on its head right here at the moment. And it all goes back to that at-bat a few minutes ago, isn't it, Rob, when the Athletics looked like they were in that scoring position and that double play. And now, after a few errant pitches, with that sacrifice fly out there, not only did it force the centre field to slightly panic and throw the ball home instead of the cut-off player, it enabled the runner to get to third, which then forced an error to get the additional run.
Yes, and...
Play the percentages, Rob Christie.
Oh, this is right. Unfortunate, particularly that last one. They now go to 5-zip. They could have been... I hark back to that none out, two runners on first and second. Should they have bunted just to break up that forced play? They could have been one out with the runners on second and third or none out. But
that's a very good hit, Rob. Oh, no. There is extra bases, which allows another run in. That was a power hit. No denying that, but probably had to get body behind that ball. You couldn't catch it. You get body behind the ball and throw it in, and it is now the Pirates 6, Athletics yet to score, and a runner in scoring position.
Oh, he'd like that again, the right fielder. But here we go. It's unfortunately he wasn't behind the ball. And, Aaron Jarvis, never mind. Hey, get the head up. Just got to get on the next one. That's all you can do.
Absolutely. No one's out there to make mistakes.
No.
And so he'll be using that one as a learning experience, I reckon, Rob, to just get the whole body behind it for the next time. So it's going to be interesting now, Rob, and I know you've played a lot of sport, just to have a look at the body language now of Athletics. Are the shoulders getting a bit lower? Is the torque still there? You need someone to just lift the spirits when it starts getting a little bit hard, don't you?
Oh, look, you do.
That's a good strike.
I'm sort of a glass half full guy. I'd like to think they'll be fine. It's only bottom 4. But I always used to find happy team's a noisy team.
Absolutely.
And if you haven't got that noise, it tells you a few things.
Yep.
So that remains to be seen. Yeah.
Again, interesting to see how that one scored, Rob. But
bit tough there.
That ball has come straight at the shortstop, and I'm sure Jerry will show us this one on replay, and it's gone straight for the head, if not over him. And you'd think that's got to go down as a safe hit. That said, you can't do much about that one.
No, safe hit all day. I was going to say C-grade bounce. It's probably down in the E and F category as far as standard bounces. That's a lovely shot.
Oh no, that one's got the business. That's a 2-base hit. As rounding the bases here, just the 1 run, Rob.
2.
2 got home.
Well, see what Rich ruled up. That's the shot of the day, though. That's the hit of the day.
I think it's just a 1 run there.
It was a great shot, and beautiful contact.
It was. That was powerfully hit. As a right-hander, bang. That's where you hit it.
Yeah, Joel Ketchell just...
Big catch. He's just got right behind it, the left fielder, and he's hit it over the chop of Langenberg. Yeah, runners were on first and second, so they went to home and third. Is that how it is now, Rob? And so then he is on third and second. Yeah, that's how it works.
Just the 1 scored, yeah.
So just the 1 scored.
Yeah.
So still no action in the bullpen. So one's suggesting that they're just going to continually go with Benny Nielsen at the moment.
It looks that way. We've got one out here.
Good pitch.
Yeah, good velocity there. You know, I don't know that he's waning as far as velocity is concerned. Maybe location.
So, well, it's just that ball, isn't it, that's sort of sitting up in the strike zone, Rob. The last couple of times they haven't had a lot on it. They've just been sitting there. That one's a hit straight to the shortstop, who throws it over to get the out, and that retires the inning. So it is the A's getting out of that one, but not before the Pirates have scored a couple of runs to take them on to 7.
Well played by Wolf. You know, it's still a greasy ball out there, and nice play, and a particularly nice play to come back from that previous very ordinary bounce he got. Very unkind bounce.
Yeah, sometimes, Rob, when that happens, it takes a bit of courage to get behind the ball after you do get a bad bounce, because sometimes you can think you're looking for the bad bounce, so you might actually bring your glove off the carpet. And as you know from your wealth of knowledge as a shortstop, when you're going in there, you've got to get yourself down low and get the glove right onto the carpet. But so he did well to get himself back in the game there.
Oh, look, he did, and quite often those balls that are hit straight to you with reasonable pace are the more difficult ones. You know, they're full. In other words, they're bouncing not too far in front of you, and they're straight at you. They're more difficult to track.
Well, it is the top of the 5th. Pirates 7. The A's yet to score. Had a few opportunities, but just haven't got their way through. So given that we're getting toward that halfway stage, Rob Christie, it is pretty crucial that they get themselves on the scoreboard to build some momentum and a bit of doubt, I would suggest.
Yeah, and a bit of confidence. A bit of confidence there. If they can get someone across the plate or a few, well, you know, that can only be positive for them.
So Johnny Noonan still on the mound, as it is a very strong pull around there by Nat Reeves, who got in front of that pitch, and he has fouled it off aggressively into the fence, and that is 1 strike. Waited on that one. Really good hit. It's found its way out to right field, throws it into first base, but again, not in time. And it is the Athletics away now with getting their lead-off runner on base. That was a really good hit. It was a dropping ball by Johnny Noonan. He waited on it and was able to hit it where the ball was pitched out to right field. Swung and a miss on that particular time, just high in the inside of the batting box. Off pitch there by Noonan. Batter was probably just around that one before it got to him, and that's a really, really good pitch. Johnny Langenberg was probably looking for that fastball, but it was an off-speed pitch. There it is. It's been called. Clipped the outside of the plate, and had to watch that one go across, and Noonan just absolutely loved that one. A lot of joy as a pitcher when you're able to K2 someone and they watch it go across the plate. Another big swing by Jarvis. Sees 2 strikes now. 2 strikes, 1 out. Pirates comfortably 7 runs in front. It is the grand final in the Southern Tasmanian Baseball Series here at the Jamie McIntyre Diamond. We are calling this game, of course, from the Otto Kroon Tower, and we hope that you are enjoying this baseball game at Prince of Wales Bay. Well, that one has gone down early. Thrown across to first base very, very comfortably. Well done there by Noonan. He was in like a cat, pounced on that ball and was able to throw it across and get the out. So that's the second out, and that is Jarvis retired. We can see there doing his best to get himself down to first base, but very nonchalantly just stretched on by Shane Davies, who took that one at first base. Nice swing there by Morrison. Big cut at the ball. We're in the top of the fifth. Noonan just seems to be pitching within himself. And because there hasn't been any score at this stage, he's been able to pitch within himself because they've just hit a lot of ground balls and retire them out early within the inning. That's a good pitch. Right down the middle for a one-on-one. Athletics have a runner there at second base. Noonan holds. Oh, that's curveball's gone inside. It's got away from the catcher as the runner comes in and stands up at third base. That's looking a little bit more promising, Rob, except with two out, it needs to be a good at bat.
Yeah, this is might only be one run, but it's I think it's so important that they can score here, the Athletics, for a host of reasons.
So it's Morrison with a good at bat so far. That's down the middle, goes straight back to the pitcher and through his glove into centre field, and their first runner scored, Rob Christie.
Congratulations to the Eastern Shore Athletics. That's been a while coming, but hopefully they can build on this.
So that was a very, very strong at-bat. He looked to get a piece of it all the time and really hit it directly back at John Noonan. As you know, that's a tough one as a pitcher, Rob, and if that can hit you, he did a good job to evade it as pitches low and away for ball one.
Good lead off there at first base.
So what have we got? Andrew Sullivan, who is having his at-bat. As we saw there on the replay, the A's getting their first run across home plate.
Yeah, Nathan Rees. He'll be pumped up about that, like we always are, or always used to be when we crossed home plate, Hoppy.
Absolutely.
You feel a bit empty if you're left out there on base.
Quick pick off, back down towards first base. Umpire suggesting that is safe.
He's taken one.
He didn't really get out of the way quickly. He thought, oh, that's off pace. I can take that for the team because it moves me up to first, which means first base moves on to second in a scoring position. And from one run, as the great Paul Kelly says, Rob, from small things, big things grow.
They do. In all walks of life, Hoppy. And at the moment, they're just looking for runs to grow, aren't they?
Very much so. So with two out, runners on first and second. The Athletics trying to build on their one run earlier in the inning.
Looking to be quite prolific in run scoring here.
What's happened here, Rob? I think there's been a change in the designated runner. I noticed this.
Sully's come out.
Yep. So I think they're just allowed to rotate depending on where they are in the batting order.
Yeah, being a catcher, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which is good.
And
so now
Yeah, we used to play speed up in Adelaide. We'd play night baseball at Norwood Oval, and the 13 teams will condense into 6. So East Torrens and Northern Districts and Centrals. Centrals is at Elizabeth, which is like New Norfolk compared to distance-wise to Hobart. And just see this pitch here. And batters would come up with 1 ball and 1 strike up on them. And every time a catcher got on base, they'd just come off and there'd be a pinch runner. And here we go with the next pitch.
I guess it's your modern day version of your 2020 cricket.
Oh, I suppose you could say that. We had a 1-0 game that was only lasted an hour and 10 minutes.
Ooh.
But we were running on and off the ground, off the diamond, and I think there was a 3-pitch maximum warm-up between innings, and those sorts of things were put in place.
I like that.
It was
nice
good,
pitch.
and it might be something they could do every now and again here. Particularly early and late in the daylight saving season, where daylight's at a premium, you might come up with a 1-on-1 on the hitters.
Gee whiz, I like that. That's aggressively thrown back to second base.
You like that theory, Hop?
I do like that, Rob.
It mixes it up a bit, and
I like it a lot. So what have we got here, Rob? We've got 1 strike and 2 balls on the batter.
Yep, 2 and
which
1.
Is, I think Ben Nielsen, I think it is, who's batting. Oh, he leaves that one just for a minute.
2 and 2.
Is it 2 and 2 or 1 and 3? 1 and 3.
Sorry.
1 and 3. 3 and 1, sorry. Look at him, he's getting himself ready. It's a big strike at it, but it does go foul. That's a good swing at the ball there, Rob.
Bit of hot house flowers about Benny Nielsen. I can see clearly now.
Oh, tell you
He's
what.
Seen them well. He's seen them well.
If he can get this one to that outfield, Rob, sounds like we're barracking for the A's. We're just sort of thinking for the game. All our friends out there who are Pirate supporters, you'd be absolutely thrilled in the way they're going. They're very, very close here, the A's, if they could score. As the runners go, it's called strike.
Boy.
And it doesn't matter. How'd you see that one, Rob Christie?
Well, I'm looking at the catcher here, and he's got a huge smile on his face as if to say, we got away with one there. I don't think Benny Nielsen got the call. Well, he didn't, that he wanted, and that he should have had. I'd say it was outside. I'd like to see a replay there. Big Was Johnson, looking at him there in the high vis, he'd have been happy if he was on the hill. Let's have a look at this. Here it comes on replay, Rob Christie.
Yeah, he's dead set, thought that was on the outside of the plate. He's headed towards first base, and the umpire just said, where do you think you're going? I seen that as a strike. You're out. And sent him back to the dugout.
That was the end of the penny section, and
so we now come to the bottom of the 6th. I'm looking forward to our 7th inning stretch, aren't we, Rob?
Yeah, we've got a bit of headroom in the old OB here too, so yes, I'm with you, Hop.
Used to love it. I was very, very fortunate in the early 80s. I think it was 82. Went to many, many games at Candlestick Park to watch the Giants play. I had a girlfriend whose sister worked for Levi Strauss, and they had the box at Candlestick, and we just sat up there magnificently with that. Remember the old mate Al, who was the umpire, the American fella?
Yes.
Can you remember? Yeah, I stayed with Al, and his daughter worked at Levi Strauss, and we sat in the members, if you like, and the Levi Strauss thing there.
Gold.
How do you reckon I was going, Rob?
And
it was really brilliant. The old fog used to roll in San Francisco, and if it was an extra inning match, they give you the badge. I've got a couple of badges at home. I survived the fog in the extra inning. Brilliant.
I loved it. Love that story. Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, that one. I went to a game there once at the Yankees. And Big Goose Gossage, they just called the word goose. And what happened was it's a centre field. The centre field gates open, and Big Goose, they brought him out in the car, dropped him off. He stood at about 6'4", the big, looked like Merv Hughes. He had the big handlebar.
Big Jimmy Edwards.
He threw him over 100 mile an hour. He had 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Car came and picked him up, and just drove him back out. That's the end of the game.
That's the end of your requirement, Goose.
Oh, no, some great things there. Have you ever been dropped off at the Mound, Rob, on a stretch limo?
Never, and never likely to be. No.
Wouldn't that be a great initiative if a reliever comes in on a mini moke maybe, or something like that, something Tasmania? I think we've got a change on the mound here, Rob Christie. It might be
Sammy Morrison.
Yep. Let's have a look at Sammy Morrison now.
Probably a good time. Yeah, I don't want to say an innings late. That'd be too harsh because, Benny Nielsen, very wholehearted.
Wasn't he? Did a great job.
Absolutely.
Absolute great job.
See how Sammy Morrison goes about his work.
Oh, I tell you what, that was very measured in how he went about it, and he puts the first pitch right on the outside of the plate for a strike. Oh, same position, and 2 strikes, Rob Christie. This is very controlled by Sammy Morrison.
Very promising.
Also, what's nice is to have a bit of variety. A lefty coming in after you've had the right hand, Rob, it does put you off.
Oh, yeah, you've got to adjust, and it's interesting to see him coming off the set position here. He's got no excessive movements here. I quite like his action.
Yep. So we do know that Jacko Don has been on regularly, Rob. So it'd be great if you could get this boy out. Oh, the curveball comes in for a strike.
Nice.
So a wonderful start to the pitching of Sammy Morrison.
Well done, S. Morrison. Yeah, he got ahead on the count with some fastballs, and then
just dropped in nicely that one, Rob.
Just mixed it up, bit of off speed, and got his man.
So well done.
There's that lead off. It's so important.
It is, isn't it? Pirates looking to build on there. Oh, that's a good pitch. Jeez, he's just got a very lovely, relaxed style, Rob.
Oh, yeah, his little slider got in there.
Here he goes again. Oh, expansive. He put a little bit more energy into that one, and I think we're waiting for that ball to drop, and it just kept going away from him.
It went the
Look
other
at this.
way.
It went the other way.
It was never close, and it just went further away. But hey, he got the result. He got him chasing, and then he slap hit back to the
beautiful work.
Back to the pitcher, and 2 out.
Well, Rob Christie, what I can tell you is this young fella has had 6 pitches for 6 strikes.
Yeah. Yep.
So
and 2 outs.
And 2 outs.
Yeah. No, it's what they're looking for, and yeah, bottom 6. There's time. There's time, and they're on the board 7-1. So we'll see.
Well, it's interesting to go if Johnny Noonan's going to continue on. There is the first ball. It's just gone a little bit wide to see if there will be a change. But still at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, Rob, John still looks very strong for the Pirates.
Oh, yeah. My word. You'll have to drag him off to get him off, yes. I would say. You're 7-1 up in a GF, and
strike.
And just that, well, it was hardly a blemish, but they scored 1 run last innings out of the 6. So yeah, you've got to keep him on for the
good pitching
for the meantime.
Again. Just tried to keep that one on the inside, but a little bit high. I like the way he's going about his work so far. Oh, that's a lovely controlled
nice
pitch
location.
For 2-2.
Nice location there.
I guess this begs the question, Rob, could we have seen this young man a bit earlier?
Yeah.
And that's a controlled pitch again.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got the batter swinging.
I don't know. Of course we could have, but I guess the other question is should have they?
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't like to take too much away from B. Nielsen.
Tell you what, this young fella here, I've got to get his name. He has been a ripper. He's been collecting the balls. He's gone running to the canteen for us. He's been a beauty.
Yeah.
As that one's come over, and it's gone. The ball out to the
that's a nice
left fielder, and the left fielder has taken that one and they've retired the team with a minimum of fuss.
Nice take that. It reminds me of my first involvement with the baseball, foxing balls for the Cougars team down at the recreation ground at Montague Bay. Otto Kroon was the coach, and you had the likes of Phil Waddington and Wayne Pidgeon and Nashi and the like, and they'd be doing some batting practice, some BP down there, and of course they'd foul the ball behind them from time to time, and I'd get through the blackberries that were there after I'd filled the old Gary Gallett with a few blackberries. And that was my introduction to baseball, just foxing balls and throwing them back. And then, of course, Otto came on, as we spoke about earlier, to Montague Bay and gave me my first opportunity.
Brilliant. Well, it is the 7th inning stretch. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the grand final in just a few moments. In the top of the 7th, and it is Noonan still pitching and still accurate. But Rob, we were just outside the van, had our stretch, and it was the old sing song. I'm going to take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the game. La 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 la. That's great fun, wasn't it? And the old peanuts were thrown at you, and maybe a hot dog or two. I know our
doesn't get any better.
Cameraman and CEO of Duff TV, he quickly went across to the canteen and got himself 2 hot dogs. He inhales them. They don't even touch the sides of his gullet, as that's a good swing here by the Athletics. It's going deep, and it's gone over the top of the right fielder, Rob, and that's a great start to the green.
Hats off. Hats off.
That was a long ball, Rob.
It was.
I just thought for a minute we could be in for our first home run of the grand final, but just dropped in, and that's exactly what the Athletics were looking for at the start of this inning.
Very nice contact, that.
So it brings up Johnny Kaz. I think that was a ball there, Rob. One ball. Noonan puts that in. Oh, he's got it. He's driven it hard. That's extra bases for certain. No, it's come in. That's excellent work there, Rob. That was a good piece of the ball.
He tucked it left and
didn't he?
Turned on it beautifully. Johnny Kaz kept it away from the third sacker this time.
I just thought for a minute there it's gone down, but it was quickly picked up there by the right. They did a great job there, Rob. They were fielding actually very cleverly close to the fence.
Yeah, pull hitter, and I guess some kind of a shift. With the centre fielder and the left fielder, and paid off. No extras.
Third base coming in, looking for a bunt potentially, and takes a strike. Wanting to get the game moving. I guess when you're 7-1 down, Rob, probably try and get that ball to the outfield if I could.
Chris Morrison.
Tell you what, Rob, this is a pretty effective looking shot. That's a great at bat.
That's unorthodox.
That is totally
highly effective.
How good was that?
Mate, C. Morrison, well done.
Have a look at him. He's got the high five. Look at that. He is cock-a-hoot. He's gone to go to the bunt. Then he's pulled the bat back and he thought, no, bugger it, I'm going to do it. And he sort of like pushed it towards shortstop.
He's pushed it wide of the third baseman. He's kept him out of the play. And of course,
perfect position.
The pivots would have been sitting there, waiting on a possible double. And of course, he's just rolled it to the shortstop.
Oh, look at this. Straight back. All highly exciting.
Good scrambling by the first baseman.
Did they score that run there, Rob?
No.
No. That's all right. I just thought for a minute someone had... It was so much action going on, wasn't it?
Gee, they would have liked that to have gone through, but no.
Look at that. Straight off the back foot, then through over there to first base. Ball's up.
That's where you've got to be patient as the hitter.
Yep.
You've come in there and you've had a bit of fizz taken out of your innings with that catch and no double play, thank goodness. But yeah, just be a little patient here. Johnny
Langenberg. Oh, that's a strike. That was the ball. Good control there by Noonan.
It's a great pitch.
It was a good pitch. The outside of the plate. Here he goes now. Oh, that's the one to hit. Struck him out. That was right down the middle. Sitting up there and saying, if you're good enough, have a crack at this one, Rob Christie. And it burnt past him with a bit of pace.
Oh, look, he'd be disappointed with no contact there. He'd be shattered.
So again, we got runners on for second and third. And John Noonan, for a minute, I thought he was digging himself a hole, and he has got out of this with aplomb. And again, another strike. Clutch play by Noonan.
Michael Chiffy. 0-2.
Oh. And strikes him out.
Well, hey? He keeps producing for his club, Noonan.
Well, a lot of pressure was applied there to Noonan, Rob Christie, and he got his way out of it. There's just been a couple of moments. This is one of them. He struck one player, and look at that pitch there. Chiffy was looking to go. He came inside. He thought he pulled away, and then he saw the ball coming back over like a slider. And by that stage, he was gone. He was committed to that pitch, and unfortunately, in a match like this, Rob, you cannot. That's another 2 runs left on base.
Yeah, they.
I think they've left at least 5 or 6 on base.
Yeah, such a promising start again, and that line drive to the second baseman. He couldn't have picked him out any better. Not that he intended to, but and then Noonan's gone 2 and 3, and let's change over, boys.
Well, it is the A's that are now coming out to defend, and they have to be very, very good here, Rob Christie. Hold them to no runs, and then go in and bat, but not only bat the best they've ever bat this year.
It's just a must shutout here.
It is a must shutout.
This in the 9th.
So.
Oh, well, they might not get to the 9th, but let's hope they do.
It is Morrison on the mound, whom we have been most impressed with his performance. He has had great control, as we can see him then, and a very nice relaxed action. He's got the Johnny Deebles about him, Rob.
Now
there's a player that we used to come across, wasn't it?
There's a good analogy too, the action. Oh, Jay Deeble, yeah, and Phil Dale, remember that?
Oh, but I still laugh at the great story when we were playing against Victoria. I think it was the Ross Straw Field. The very fleet of foot Vic Zack gets up on first base and was really thrilled with his base hit, Got a good lead off. Johnny Deeble's just on the mound. Vic still leading off, leaning towards second, and before Vic knew it, Johnny Deeble had one of the greatest pick-offs at first base. Vic was still, about 3 metres off, and the first baseman was just laughing and laughing as he took the ball and tagged him out. A very, very good pick, did one J. Deeble.
Oh, yes, you wouldn't want to blink when he's on the mound, would you? Particularly being a lefty. But
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He just leant back and slid it back over, and you didn't know it was coming. It was a great action. Oh, that's a wild one. That was that one he pitched in that inning last time, but the only thing that was different about that one, Robbie had 2 strikes and he forced the batter to come over and have a crack at it. But this time it was the first one, And if you're a decent sort of batter, you're not going to be chasing those ones.
No, it was well wide.
Right up to the plate, almost challenging the pitcher to come at them. And there is the second ball. Three balls, very much behind now on the count. Need to bring this one over. That's a good pitch. That's the sort of pitch we need to give him that little bit more confidence. Pitch is down, but it's low and outside, which was more the consistency of that at-bat, Rob Christie.
Yeah, well, it was. He was out there a lot, wasn't he? Outside. Young Morrison.
Just needs to get that radar back over a little bit. You can see umpire Edwards positions himself ready if that throw comes over to second base, as the powerful John Noonan comes up into the batting box.
Just think we've been lucky with the weather. It was threatening there in the early innings.
What I'm hoping, Rob Christie, is that we, as soon as this game's over, we have the presentations and then it can bucket down. My garden is calling out for it down there in the very dry climate of Cremorne.
Yeah, I've got some gates that have moved in the dry weather. We need some moisture.
We do need some moisture. It's, in fact, it's been the driest spell ever recorded in Hobart's history, as that one comes across Keem Him at first base. Good defensive work by the A's. Hoping to try and get a shutout here. It's going to be a tough job with this part of the lineup coming in. Good steal there.
Well, as Noonan's disciplined in here. He's looking for a certain pitch, and if it's not there, he's got him.
Oh, that's great. He's out.
He's got him.
Gee, that was good play. Umpire Edwards was right there to get the call. See that one on replay. It was
well done.
Have a look at this one, Rob. Threw it back in. I thought for a minute there, look, going back to second, and you see the runner. He goes up, and look where he's looking, Rob. Not even looking at the pitcher. Suddenly realised, oh, I'm too late.
Cardinal sin.
It is a cardinal sin.
Oh no, what's going on out here? We've got no, they're going to hold it up, surely.
Yep.
Hold
so it is out.
Yeah. I'm not sure how you could want to question that, but anyway.
Couldn't overturn someone with the experience of one Edwards.D.
No.
He was right there looking at it, and the tag came into the body prior to the foot getting back to the base.
Yeah, it was
great learning experience on that one.
Not close. Not for mine.
That one's on the outside.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying this Noonan's discipline here.
It is good, isn't it?
In the batter's box.
Oh, that's a good swing. And that's what we were talking about, Rob Christie, is that the ball was on the outside and you could see the momentum of the batter going toward the pitch, not going away from it. He leant, so his left foot went toward where the ball was coming across the plate.
Yeah,
and he's gone inside.
And he's throwing his hands at an outside pitch, which you've got to do if you want to make decent contact.
Good ball player is John Noonan. He's had a great day on the mound, been good in the batting box. And there you see, really pushing into that one as he's aggressively punched that one down the third base line, which has gone on that inside.
Love to get one past him here, Morrison, but
it's going to take a very good pitch to get it past Noonan, whom we've seen, who has been disciplined both with the ball in his hand and the bat. It's a good pitch. It's gone to the shortstop. He's got plenty of time. He's just come up with the ball. And unfortunately for Noonan, he's hit that too well, because it actually, by the time the shortstop got it into his glove, he was able to just sort of take his time, reflect on what he had to do, and made a nice play over to third base, Rob.
Yeah, as I say, firmly hit. It was about a 2 or 3 hopper to the shortstop. Here is, we'll see it again. And plenty of time means the crow hops in play. 2 hopper, I think. Yeah.
That's what you love if you're playing shortstop, didn't you, Rob? A ball just like that one.
Yeah, something to come up belt high.
Yeah, belt high. Oh, that one's fouled off. Yes, that was a hot position. In fact, it's the number 1 position out there as far as your best fielder goes in at shortstop, Rob.
Usually, yeah. I had some times at third base, not very often, but I couldn't adjust to third base. Things seem to happen a lot quicker there.
Yeah, well, it does, doesn't
it? Particularly on hard-hit balls. But, yeah, I'm glad I didn't play there too often.
Well, it's the same, isn't it? It's either first and third, depending right or left-handers. I know from my experience playing first, and you get your Robbie Permakoff type person who really came at you, and I'd always feel, I don't know, I'm going to say at least 6 metres deeper as that ball has come out to left field. That's a lovely piece of the ball, and there is a safe hit for the Pirates to get them underway in this inning.
Yeah, you can afford to do that at first base, can't you?
Yes.
You know, if you can field the ball cleanly, well, there's no throw involved. Well,
that's it, you run in, or at worst, if it's someone like Permakoff, you'd go back and hope that the pitcher would run over and be there for you, because he was a power hitter.
Yeah, but you got that. You can buy yourself a little bit of time by fielding a bit deeper.
So now the Pirates are really looking to put the game out of reach from the A's. If they can get just one more run, it just sends a signal that they are not finished with yet. They want this out. It's gone down as a foul ball.
2 outs.
So
in the Oakland Athletic strip, remember the old Jose Canseco?
Ricky Henderson.
A
few blokes over there, wasn't it? It's an interesting franchise. They've got a stadium that they're looking to build, a new stadium. A lot of the funding in San Francisco goes towards the Dodgers, and they're probably the team that get the majority of the highlights playing in the National League, as against across the Oakland Bay Bridge. They're sort of slightly forgotten a little bit. They had their time in the sun, but they probably haven't been as prolific in that city of San Francisco.
That ball goes to the right side of the diamond, and of course Oakland are looking to go to Las Vegas.
Correct. I think that's
out of there.
That's exactly what I think might happen. That there might be just that one team in San Francisco, and they head off. Like in just recently in the football, they've now got a team, and they're very, very successful.
Yeah,
with a big stadium and plenty of crowds coming to watch them.
Yeah.
So here we go with the pitch. It's gone down towards first base. Oh, good pickup with the backhander. Goes back to touch the base, and that's all she wrote. That was very, very nice play there by Johnny Kaz.
Experienced head, realised early doors there was no requirement to throw the ball, even though the pitcher was there for a cover if needed. So well done, Johnny Kaz.
Here we see this one on replay. Took the backhander. It was a bit of a bobble for him. So, Rob Christie, it all comes down to this. We're in the top of the 9th. John Noonan has been tremendous for 8 innings. Has he got one more left in him? He's got 6 runs to defend before they even make a game. 7 runs to get their nose in front. So, at all likelihood is, I would back Johnny Noonan from here.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the dugout, and of course he's been given the start.
Yeah, he has.
In this...
That'd be a fantastic effort, wouldn't it? If you can not only start the grand final, but pitch all the way through, and he's been a pivotal player for the Pirates, Rob.
He's deserved of that, and he'll be suitably pumped.
He certainly will be suitably pumped
up.
The Pirates just need those 3 outs now to complete what would be a very, very competent season. They were the front runners. And today they've made every post a winner. They've had some opportunities, have Athletic. We've mentioned infinitum, Rob Christie. They've left too many runners on for us, and that one play that was that line drive when Johnny Kaz went down to third base, that was a catch and the double play which really turned the tide.
Yeah, just took the stuffing out of them really, and it's happened on 2 occasions. They just couldn't cash in, and runners left on and missed opportunity. So but you'd have to say, the Pirates deserve the situation they find themselves in, up 7-1.
Yep, they certainly do. And Morrison now looking to lead off. That's a good swing.
It's in the slot.
It is. Look at that. That's gone deep out to right field. It's extra bases as it has gone over. So he gets a 2-bagger, and you tell you what, Rob, if that would have stayed in, he was going to at least get to third.
Oh, he would, yeah. Stand-up double. Nice contact from young Morrison.
I tell you what, he's a very
type.
good ball player, isn't
Likely type.
He's looked very competent, be it inside the diamond, whether it be pitching, and now with batting, he's very much looked likely.
Yes.
So, Noonan just takes a big deep breath as that ball picked up, shot over to first base, and that's a good out.
That was some
that
pick-up.
Was pretty good play there, Rob Christie.
That was some pick-up.
Love to see that one again. Went straight to short field, shortstop. Have a look at this, Rob.
Jason Devine.
Oh. So that's slightly unorthodox, isn't it? You normally see you come down nice and low, you get your body down, just sort of swooped in as if it was just your normal run-of-the-mill
Very confident.
pickup.
Very confident.
Very confident, wasn't it?
Mm.
So there is one out with one strike. Top of the ninth, the A's trailing 7-1 with Sammy Morrison on third base, looking to come home. Oh, good catching there. That ball gets away, Rob Christie, though the A's were going to score that much-needed run.
Yeah, with Morrison's speed there, I don't think there's any doubt. But
you watch him, he's going to get way down. Noonan not really concerning himself too much, and I guess as a pitcher now, if you have experience, don't even worry about the batter. Worry about the runner.
No,
you got 6 runs up. Let's just concentrate on getting the outs to win the match.
Yeah, make this hitter number two out.
That's just on the inside. Noonan looks slightly perplexed, thinking that would there be any chance that was called a strike. Here he comes again. Oh, that's in there. Pulled very, very quickly by Benny Nielsen. Got really in front of that one, Rob, and goes foul.
He did.
So we top of the ninth, one out.
Been solid at the plate, Ben Nielsen, today.
He has. I'll be interested when we look at our voting for best player on ground for the trophy. That's the Robbie McIntyre trophy.
Yes.
Oh, that's dropped in there. And that's the end of Nielsen. 2 outs, Rob Christie. It's one more out. I think the Pirates.
Disappointed with himself, Ben. I think he knew it. You always know it when you don't swing at that third one and you get called, really. Hello.
It's gone up. Goes out towards the right field. He completes the catch. And that is the end of the game. There is no need for the Pirates to bat again because they have an unassailable lead of 7-1 as they are now the victors here in the grand final. At the bottom of the 9, that was the 9th. Oh, I think we might have jumped ahead of ourselves. I apologise there. I'm just checking with the scorers. They're just calling us over. It's not the 9th inning just yet. Oh, there's been a mistake there. I'll just go back. So it was only the 7th, was it? Okay.
Well, I thought young Noonan was looking a bit fresh there on the mound for a 9 innings thrower.
Yes, okay.
I see big Black Pete, Warwick Johnson, still here. He's always keen to see how the players go about their craft, and he's a keen eye, Black Pete.
So just checking on that, Rob, is that the bottom then of the 7th? It is the bottom of the 7th.
Now it's the bottom.
Bottom of the 7th. Apologies to all that are watching with that confusing that the feed that we're getting from the scoring box just came through, and that correction has been made. I'll tell you one thing though, Rob, it doesn't change the fact that it's a long way back for the A's.
No, it's true. They're still alive, which is
Yep.
what they're going to hang their hat on. A little light rain falling here. Hopefully that doesn't affect the control of Morrison, because they need him on song, and they'll be looking forward to him continuing in that same vein.
It's a good catch a few minutes ago at right field. Got himself under the ball, watched closely into the glove, and there is your throw into second base. There's a nice throw by the catcher, and now we're seeing the Pirates with that might be Ketchel, I think. It is.
Catchy. Is it still Sullivan behind the plate?
We'll have a look at that one in a minute, Rob. Here goes the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
That's the ball on the outside. Yeah, the rain is coming down a little bit heavier now, Rob. You can sort of see that in screen, so it just becomes a tad more challenging to maintain that control.
I've got a story when the time presents itself, Hoppy, of an old mate, Ronnie Rush at East Torrens, what he used to do, the groundsman. So when we get a break here, I'll relay that to you and our viewers.
Well, as we've seen the first batter go base on balls, I'm fascinated, Rob Christie, to hear the story of the groundsman in South Australia.
Yes, well, we'll just see how he goes with this hitter first of all, and then we'll be into it.
Taking the time on the pitch. That's just a tad high.
Yeah, wet day. We're in the clubhouse playing cards, of course, hoping that it will dissipate.
Yep.
And anyway, there's a break in the weather, and Ronnie goes out there, and it's a cutaway diamond like we've got here, you know, with the grass base paths, but the cut out around the bases and the mound, and Ronnie goes out and just pours petrol all over them. Third base, second base, the actual bases were not there. First base, home plate, and on the hill, the mound. And the boys are looking, and you know, he's a much loved and well-known figure at the club, Ronnie, and boys are thinking that's the fuel can he's got. That's normally in the ride-on. Hopefully Ronnie hasn't...
He's lost the plot, has he, Ronnie? As that is a big strike on. It's lobbed up into second base and an out.
That was the talk, and there was a few of the boys on their way out. We'd seen through the clubhouse windows and just about to go and check on his welfare, I suppose you could say. But no, Ronnie's just in full control. He just lit them and just burnt the dampness away, as best I could call it, or put it to you, Hoppy. And from that day on, the legend of Ronnie Rush just grew.
Well, I'll be interested to see if that story's filtered down to the groundskeeper here at Jamie McIntyre Diamond, Rob Christie.
Well, I don't know, but
maybe you can sneak out. I know the great Martin Duffy, he's second in charge. Jerry, of course, is the CEO of Duff TV. He's got the fuel can there, got the generator. So if it does get a bit inclement, you might slip out and just give us a shade of the Ronnies.
Yeah, before I get to that, can I just ask, is that because if you find yourself commentating in remote areas, is that why you've got the fuel? Or?
Absolutely.
Right, yeah. I just thought
there could be a power outage, Rob. The show must go on.
Yeah. But
we've got a lot of fans out there in Duff TV land as that one is strike, whether it be your baseball, your football. We've got the triathlon next week. We've got it all covered.
And like yourself, we want the show to go on.
Yep.
Here's the next pitch for Morrison. And
outside.
I'm not sure about the health and safety issues these days, because I'm talking in the 80s, with Ronnie and Ronnie's exploits. Oh,
There's a man there who
Mr.
yesterday
Robbie Devine.
We slightly jokingly spoke about the energy he put in. He was the runner in the boys' game, and we had the kilometre meterage on him as also the dampness. So we were collecting his perspiration as he was running out there in 34-degree heat, as that's a very nice strikeout.
As you do.
And he went from 120 kilos. He's lost 10 kilos yesterday, Rob, in the heat.
Just left her on the ground.
Left her on the ground.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
I used to say that about Robbie. He leaves no stone unturned. He leaves it all out in the ground, and in life he's the same.
So that was a very good pitching performance by Morrison to strike the batter out. There he's a very, very good comeback with that strike. Gaining a bit more control over the at-bats at the minute, whether there's been a change of ball, Rob, but maybe just keeping this one a little bit drier.
He'd love to get out of this innings cheaply and just get out of that drizzle. Because, let's face facts, if Noonan's back out there for the 8th or whoever for the Pirates and they don't come in for a bit of R&R or whatever, control could be huge.
Very much so.
A huge issue,
yep.
As in out of control. So,
So we've got 2 outs.
Yeah, and little things like, if the ball goes towards the dugout on foul, I'll be rolling it back.
Yeah.
Some might say that's not in the spirit, but we've seen that sort of tactic go on before. And
well, it's about awareness. As that's a really good hit into right field.
Nice pick-up.
Yeah, it was a good pick-up. Much better play there, Rob, on right fielder.
Yep.
The learning experience. You can see just trying to keep the ball as dry as is possible.
No, it was fantastic. Got rid of it quickly and cleanly to the right spot. The cut-off.
There it was, very much off the back foot drive. Almost like a cover drive. Put it into right field. And they throw that one in. So runners on first and second, 2 outs, leading 7-1 the Pirates.
Just a little ground ball to the right side would be something that Morrison would love, wouldn't he? A little short throw to the first sacker.
Well, given we see Robbie Devine out there and here is Jason Devine batting, I wonder if there is a little bit of a relationship going there, Rob Christie.
I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that, but more than likely with Robbie's presence here now.
Oh, that's a good pitch, but it deemed to be
a call out
keeping him on the inside.
A call out to Swimming Taz. Jamie McIntyre not here to see his young bloke play in the earlier game, and I was talking to Paul McIntyre, and I just sort of said, surely Swimming Taz could give up a couple of hours of Jamie's time on a Sunday to go and see your boy play in a grand final. And Paul gave me a knowing look, and so if you're listening out there, Swimming Taz, just, have a think about things.
Oh, there's a big warning shot across the bows of Swimming Tasmania from Rob Christie. Would have loved to see the great Jamie McIntyre here to see his son Paul go round, who made a couple of clinical pickups at first base. Well, the good thing about it, Rob, I know that Jamie's already texted in, and he very much enjoyed the coverage from Duff TV on the live broadcast, as that's a beautiful pitch. Thinking that that's a strikeout, but according to my 40-odd years of playing baseball, Rob, you've got to get 3 strikes to get the batter out.
Hasn't changed, Hoppy.
Hasn't changed.
No. And
full count. Good pitch by Morrison. Feints to go back at the catcher. drop low, and the runners are able to get around.
Not sure about the throw there. Why you'd make that throw on a wet day. You know, he's got the walk, the runners advanced to second and third respectively, and I don't know that coach would have been too happy with that throw to third. But anyway, no damage.
High risk play, Rob.
No damage. Unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. Which brings up our new batter with loaded bases. This could really blow the game away, a hit here, Rob.
Oh, could, but...
got the 2 outs.
Needs a strike, needs to get in front of the count. It's all right, he stepped off, give himself a bit of time. Bit of think time. A bit more time here.
The old adage, isn't it? You've got the game in your hands.
Yeah.
Just checking something here. I'm not sure what they'd be discussing here, Rob.
Not sure. Nigel O'Brien coming there, first base umpire, talking to the plate umpire, with the catcher in tow, and...
Was he just checking on the count? Because he actually thought that
he
already had him out.
Hopefully it wasn't.
I think the catcher's deferred and he said, no, my mistake.
Hopefully it wasn't a bulk call.
No. I think he was just questioning the count because he seemed pretty confident that was the K2. That's a good pitch.
That's it.
That's the one they wanted. 1-1, loaded bases, plenty of pressure on the A's here. They need to get this last out and get in and score some runs. That's another good pitch. Good comeback here, Rob. Good fighting spirits by Morrison.
I like his attitude.
Great attitude. And that's a ripper. 3 strikes straight down the middle to retire the Pirates here at the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, great determination from young Morrison. Very, very impressive. It's interesting looking over Black Pete, Was Johnson and Robbie Devine. They obviously played, the baseball, and they're standing next to each other, but I don't know that they're aware of each other, as in know each other.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because I saw them there and I thought, there's not a lot of repartee, and it's probably because they just don't happen to know each other. So, so glad I mentioned that, actually. Hoppy.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very relevant to the broadcast. Rob, there's the A's dugout. It's just a little bit of action going on there. They need some runs, Rob. I mean, that's the blatant obvious. It's 7-1. The umpires come in. And you're going to have to get a big crowbar out there to get Johnny Noonan off that mound, Rob Christie.
You will. The old adage, keep him out there, is probably never more pertinent than now, given the weather, the greasiness of the ball. Keep him out there. And that hasn't happened. They've had opportunities, which we've spoken about, but it just hasn't happened for different reasons. And some of it's been a little bit of bad luck with some line drives going straight to fielders and the odd double play and so on.
Now, Rob, we're getting a lot of messages coming in to us, and we thank everybody for sending them in, but wondering when would you bring the secret weapon, Grant Stump, on? So it's a very good question we have from our viewers, and thank you very much for Barry, who sent that question in. I would have thought Stumpy might have been on a tad earlier, Rob Christie. What would you do with him? Can we see him over there? He's number 69. Is Stumpy?
No, it's a very good question. They're
holding him back.
Yeah, the wily old character himself, Grant Stump. Look, I'd say he's more a first reliever. But then again, if he's the depth you've got and you go extra innings, not saying this is going extra innings, we're a fair way from that, but yeah.
He is the secret weapon though, Stumpy.
And he can be a short or long relief. So, I wouldn't like to pigeonhole him.
No, it's fair call. So, Johnny Kaz has really come around early, hasn't he? And the left field probably gets himself close to the line because, he wants to pull the ball out there, Rob.
Oh, look, yeah. I'd like to have a look at the scorebook a bit more closely at some stage. I think he's probably been the unluckiest hitter today, Johnny Kaz, out of both teams, but particularly the Athletics.
Well, he's the one who unfortunately pulled that ball to third base and got caught. If that one just can go over, he's a hero, isn't he? He scored a few runs.
Yeah, look. Boy. Yeah, I'll look back and... Oh, we'll do the summary later, but because it's not over yet.
Early, don't you?
Yeah, he turns and he's got quick hands. If you have a look here, they've got a major shift on for Johnny. Shortstop's come around to, well, almost backing up third baseman.
It is a fantastic... If Duff's up there, it'd be fantastic if he could pan down to third base / shortstop and left field. It's a very, very unusual position. No shortstop traditionally there. Shortstop's gone just over third base because he's pulling the ball that much. So it's wide open for Johnny if he can just straighten that up the middle a bit. Even second base has come right round to be on the base, Robert. So it's...
And what's interesting, Terry Budding, is that the centre fielder hasn't shifted.
Yeah, no, I saw that. You'd think he'd come round, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I probably would. I'd get him on this left-hand side of second base.
Yeah, he's got to come on the
and bring... where's the right fielder?
Right fielder's pretty much in that position as it's driven right down the line, Rob, and that's a strong throw over to first base. And Kaz is out. Great defensive work by the Pirates. Very, very impressive.
I'm just looking from our press box here. I think no, left field has shifted, as centre field.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I just couldn't see from our OB van here. So yeah, a major shift of the left fielder and centre fielder, as well as the shortstop and third base, and they got their man.
Okay, they certainly did. So they get the out. As now I think who have we got up here? Chrissy Morrison, who's been predominantly playing at second base. You just watch that one come on the inside, and he's taken one for the team, Rob.
He has.
And up he goes to first base.
Good on him.
Just turned away, it sort of brushed him on the side, and he makes his way down to first base. Okay, it's Nathan Rees who is up next. Rees, what a tall man. Bit of a late swing, late cut on that one, Rob. He didn't, unlike Johnny Kaz, who gets round really, really early, that was a very late swing.
It was, and just looking at his left foot that steps towards the pitcher, he's
it was almost
stepping
like
in the old bucket.
Yeah, it was a Harry Potter with the wand, just sort of swiping it around. Wasn't with great intent or aggression at the pitcher. He'll probably prove me wrong now and hit this one over the fence.
Watch his left foot there.
Okay.
See whether he's stepping sideways towards the pitcher or and directly to him, or more left.
That's better. Hits it towards the shortstop, who tries to pick it up in that nonchalant style, Rob Christie, as he goes towards home. It gets away, but they've got... No way! It hasn't gone out. They're looking towards umpire Edwards to see if that ball had gone out of play.
That ball hit the fence here. Yeah.
So he gets the runner home, Rob Christie.
Out of play on
Out of play, so that gets the A's up to 2.
Say that didn't hit them.
I'm not saying anything, Barrow. I'm saying that he was closer than him, mate.
A bit of feeling out there about the ruling and whatnot, but and getting back to where he stepped, it doesn't really matter now. He's standing on second base, and And good luck to Nathan Reeves.
All right, so now we find ourselves with just that one bit closer. So what do we got? 7-2. And it is John Noonan. Throws that one down. Strike.
Is this
Good pitch by Noonan.
Langenberg, sorry.
Yep. It's on the outside. 1-1. Just tighten up on that one. Just getting... It's not a for... Oh, that's a good pitch, Rob. Come back there with that ball that just dropped into the zone.
Come back late, drop late.
Did come back in late.
Yeah.
Nice pitch. Goes again. Just hit high on the handle. Throws it over. And they get the out. So that's 2 away. 2 away now. They need one more out. Score 7-2.
Bottom 8.
Bottom of the 8th. Noonan trying to hold the runner on. Put that ball to the outside.
Chiff.
Have we got up there Michael Chiffy?
Chiffmeister.
Didn't have the greatest at-bat first time up, Rob, but I reckon looked a bit more confident in his stance on that one. You can see the aggressiveness of the third baseman coming all the way in. Oh, that's a good swing. That's the way to go, and that's why the third baseman came in. As the throw comes over to first base. Pirates have been very, very intelligent, Rob Christie, on their defensive positioning. They've worked out where the batters are going to go. So even on that one, you see him come in because he probably knows this is going to be a good chance that the player will put a chopping ball down. And look at this. He backed away, and they've done it really well. They've caught on the line. When they've had, like Johnny Kaz, who pulls the ball, they've gone around unorthodox style to accommodate what they needed to do. So they've done their research, have the Pirates.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't have said it better. He looked like he was you know, if he was going to hit the ball, Chiff, he'd be a push hitter to the right side. And as you say, if it's going to come to this left-hand side, it's not going to come with a lot of power.
Yep.
And it didn't, and made the play. I noticed Watts was still not happy about the third base coach as he came off there. Had an earlier call about the ball being out of bounds here that scored their previous run. But anyway.
I'll tell you what, Rob, if I'm up 7-2 and about to bat, let it go, son.
Oh, yeah.
Let it go. It's gone. It's the decision's not going to be changed now. But what can happen is you can get up and get a hit and control the future. So
that's right.
It's like anything. It's all about the there and now, isn't it?
Yeah. Concentrate on our blokes. You know, your team, particularly when you're in front. Jeez.
That's right. So I think we're still rolling with Morrison on the mound. Let's have a look here. It is. Morrison needs another shutout. Big inning for the Athletics. Another shutout, Rob Christie,
must.
And then a big at bat.
Yeah, it's just a must.
This is it. It is coming now to the bottom of the 8th.
Go, Johnny Noonan.
And not the person you want to see coming up to bat, Johnny Noonan, who's been just tremendous. Tell me about the psychology of a pitcher when you know you've got a strong batter coming up, Rob Christie, a man who's been on the mound.
There's a couple of things. You want to get ahead of the count, and you don't want to give him too much. He's looking fastball. He's been looking fastball all day.
And there is, as it goes up, right field had to come in and take that one. On all of those things, for any kiddies out there watching, Rob, it's an outfielder has just got to sprint in and shout them off, not jog. You've got to sprint in and call the infielder off the ball.
Especially this stage of the game.
Yep.
You don't want to run her on. And not,
Especially someone like Noonan.
Not casting aspersions, but,
No.
but if he comes in hard and drops it, Noonan's probably not going to go to
He's
second
not gonna
anyway.
go to, no, absolutely.
And so,
It's a one-day sit no matter what.
so yeah. But yeah, getting back to what you said about what would you do as a pitcher when you've got a guy who's nice and confident, been hitting the ball well and looks likely every time. Just don't give him something he's looking for. Try and stay ahead of the count and work around. Well, the old adage, work around those edges.
Yeah, you got to really try and work the edges, don't you?
Yeah. Mix up the heights. Go in and out and up and down, and make him chase something that he doesn't want to. And it would probably have to be a fast ball out of the zone with Noonan.
Yep. So there is the first pitch, which is low and outside. Oh, that's much better. Evens out to be 1-1 now. Good comeback on that pitch.
Just thinking, this is his third innings. They haven't scored off him, or they scored one off Morrison. It's one or none, isn't it?
Yeah, correct.
Something like that.
He's looked good, Rob.
Oh, he has.
Had good control. Occasionally, he's just drifted to the outside of the plate, but then, like in that last batter in the last inning, he came back with 3 right down the middle for a strikeout.
Yeah.
So he did very, very nicely.
Yeah, he wanted to challenge that hitter.
And there he has again. He's put it right in the spot, but it's fallen into the hole as the centre field has come in and fielded that ball, and not before Johnny Noonan has advanced to third base. So a single base hit, but more importantly to the game, Rob, he's enabled to push that run around to third base.
Yep, scoring position yet again. No outs.
So we've got no outs and a lot of pressure being applied to the Athletics. It's been a really good performance. Every time that the Pirates have been challenged, they've stood up, they've answered like a good team in any sport. Called strike. Runner gets up to second. Nice in scoring position. Not ideal for Athletics.
Desperately need an out.
Don't they what? Here's Watts. Big cut around at that one, which is fouled off. And Watts, who's had a pretty solid game, he was the man a few minutes ago, Rob, who was concerned about that umpiring decision. It's interesting to see if now he can just focus on the task at hand, which is bringing those runners in. He looks very relaxed. He's laughing in the old batter's box there.
It will be. Hopefully he's just let that go. And
yep, I think he has. Just takes his time, and he's very fortunate. It's a swing and no play on. So as a pitcher, you hate that, don't you? You get the third strike past the batter, albeit it wasn't a conventional one, and it's got away from the catcher, and he's got up to first.
I guess the positive is it's loaded the bases up. So, and with Noonan at third, they can still, if he gets a comebacker at, the pitcher, they can roll a double here.
It hasn't been a double all day yet, Rob, but here's the... Oh, yes, there has. There has been that ripper. I apologise, that catch, the third base one. So it is Morrison now. Takes the time. And it was a good pitch, which was fouled off. And so we have one strike on the batter.
Oh, they'd be confident making a play. On a reasonably hit ball to an infielder. They'll be, quietly confident of getting the out at home.
Morrison. That's a good pitch. It's a good pitch. It's a lovely sound if you're a pitcher, Rob. You hear that thud into the catcher's glove.
That's it.
That's what I hear.
That's it.
So 2 strikes on the batter. Goes straight up the middle. Here's the double play. Needs to just tag the player. Actually, that was really good defensive running there, Rob. if he continued on his pace, he would have run into the glove, but he stopped, which forced second baseman to have to catch him up to tag him out.
So no play at first after
Correct.
that.
Because if he kept on running, it was a quick tag, throw to first for the double. Yeah. Let's have a look at this again. So the runner was aware, look, he stopped. If he keeps running, the second baseman just runs in, touches, and he gets that one out. But the upshot of all of that, Rob, was Noonan has scored. So the Pirates now advance by 1. So they go on to 8 to the Athletics 2. Low and away.
There was some chance that he might throw home there, but he chose not to. And probably, in reality, if they can give up a run and get a double, which they missed out on, that's probably not bad thinking either.
No, I could see the rationale there in Morrison at second base. What you've got to do first off is not play the game before it gets away from you, Rob, and just make sure you put it into your glove. Oh, that one's hit high up towards the outfield. And it's got away from the centre fielder. And then got another couple of runs coming in, have we, Rob? There's 2 have scored. 2 have scored. So 2 have scored. That's 10-2 now. And great encouragement from the catcher, Andrew Sullivan, saying to net out there, great effort.
Sorry, 1 scored there.
Only the 1, was it?
Because there was no runner on second.
Oh.
Because of that, the out tag.
Right, okay.
So there was a runner on first and third.
So 1 got out, Rob, so it's 9-2. Just clearing that one and with getting back to the scorers, 9-2. Great work by Pirates. They've got a runner again on third base. Another opportunity to score. Low.
Nice work from Sullivan behind the plate. Helping out the young pitcher.
What way out have we got here, Rob Christie, for Athletics there? Pressure's on them. The Pirates, they can see the finishing line as squared round to bunt. Decided to leave it in the end. It's a hard road from here for Athletics. If anyone can do it, and they're a very proud baseball club. I know that the clubhouse before the game was filled with great enthusiasm and confidence. And so I'll be interested to see if they can come back from what is a very, very challenging position at this stage.
Oh yeah, they won't be giving up. And what I did like there, just changing tack a bit, was the swing. I love that swing on Jack Don.
He's been on base pretty regularly throughout the day, Rob. Jackie Don.
Let's get that back elbow up. Wonder if he will by the time he...
You can see he's just sort of choking up on the grip, on the bat, just to try and punch that ball in the infield. He's not a home run hitter, Rob. He's more of a get on base sort of man.
Yep.
I know you like to hold right down on the end of that bat. You gave it a good cut.
Tried to, Hoppy.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to. Had some success, I suppose you could say.
Ooh, very modest, as it is.
Good lead
Morrison.
first. Very good lead.
Best Tasmanian baseballer you've played with, Rob?
Ian Hubble.
Yep.
I'd have to say Ian, with what he did over with the Waverley Reds.
Very good player.
A couple other blokes went away too. Peter Johnson and Warwick Johnson went to Melbourne and played there at a high level. Peter at third base. He came back, represented Victoria when we used to play Victoria here out at KG5 and the like. And Warwick was pitching there. But no, I think Ian Hubble, with what he did in the Australian Baseball League with the Waverley Reds, and then of course he went on and played Masters, and he's probably still playing. Ian, who's
Well, Ian, of course, I went to school with Ian. He was 1 year older than me, and we saw his brother Pete still running around in the previous game. The Hubbles are very big contributors to sport in Tasmania, and I did mention before you joined me, Rob, their father, Johnny, was pivotal in the success of baseball in those early years as that ball has gone up and outside. He was one when I was playing first base. I played very deep indeed, because he's a left-handed batter, and he hit the ball very hard, an aggressive, fast runner. If you're on the line, expect contact.
Oh, yeah. And in a fair way, yeah. Whereas the likes of Stewie Hood, no.
Correct. Cleats up, Hood. Is that
And Johnny Hubble, you know,
Yes, look at that. The resignation there on the Pirates batter to suggest that I did think that was a strike. So it all comes down to this, Rob Christie. Here is the last opportunity for the Athletics to take it to the bottom of the ninth. They have to score a minimum of 7 runs in this inning. And if you look at how Noonan has pitched, and particularly how their offence has batted, that's a very, very tall order. But anything can happen in sport. While there's breath coming out of the Athletics' bodies, there's life in this game.
That's right. And as we speak here, the rain's coming down a little bit, which just adds a little bit of intrigue. But they'd like 2 or 3 innings rather than one to have to make up this lead. But they're alive. They are alive, and they have to think like that.
Rob Christie, best win ever in a representative game for Tasmania.
Under 15s Perth, played at the Wacker. Otto Kroon stepped in to coach. Stan Black was the manager. And in the summer leading up, we had a bloke from WA come over here called Tom Whitehurst, who was one of the coaches. He was an American, and he could only talk about their team really and talk them up. They're 6'1", under 15s. They've all got moustaches, and they've got this bloke called Julian McCarthy and on the mound, and he throws peas. He just goes boom, and anyway, it was all about them.
Yep.
So anyway, Otto's thrown me the pill, and Scotty Sutcliffe.
There's the battery.
And no, Julian McCarthy didn't pitch. We often didn't see or face the stronger states top liners. You know, they'd throw other people, thinking they could get by. But we got up 2-1 against WA, and as you know, a lot of the years our games against ACT and Northern Territory were the games that we earmarked as possible wins, you know, but the other states, well, they were rare for the teams I was in, but to beat WA was sweet.
Yeah, I can still remember at Ross Straw Field with a crushing 7-2 victory over New South Wales, who were the favourites for the tournament. It was amazing. We took Queensland to 2-1, beat Victoria with great team. Paul Zack pitched 13 innings that day, and that was a very, very good team. We had pitching back people. We had Robbie McIntyre, Warwick Johnson, Paul Zack, Ian Hubble.
Mick Young.
Yeah, it was. I tell you what, we were formidable as a
minnow. I've got to say,
premiership player in '79.
Ex-Carlton premiership player Mick Young and his brother Adrian played baseball. But yeah, you.
So I was lucky enough to play in some pretty good teams that we went away and we challenged the big states, and they didn't like it at all.
And that would have been when they were under 17, not 18.
Yeah, it was under 17, that's right.
Mick Gaffney
I was at the bottom end.
Was the Northern correspondent Michael Gaffney in the team? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Who now is senator, is in the upper house.
Yeah, he was a Midlands councillor for a while.
Yeah, but he bought in that very important bill the right to die with dignity.
Yes. Yeah. No, he was a very good sportsman. He was a very good sprinter.
Yep.
Basketballer and baseball. And the only other bloke that came down from up north in our time was big battling Barry Wood. He was a pitcher.
Pitched a 2-1, I think, game against South Australia to victory as well in the championships.
Yeah, and
reminiscing about old times. All these modern day players are out there. We just hope that the Athletics can find something here, Rob, to take the game further. It's deep into the 9th inning, but they've got to score 7 runs and rally.
I bet if Noonan thought knew Barry Wood, and just channel him now because Barry
Oh,
was
yeah.
a very good closer.
Well, he was a good closer. But that game, I think that was in Adelaide where he just had a game over there, Big Barry. Oh!
Hello, that's through.
That's through. That's the way to start. This young man,
Oh, yes, he's their best.
Morrison, has been absolutely brilliant today, Rob Christie.
Oh,
As
he
soon
has.
as he's come on the mound, he's looked great, had good control. Last at bat, he got a double. And crucially here, look at that. He just waited on the pitch,
He did.
saw it through his hands through the ball and got it into centre field for a base hit. And that's exactly what the Athletics needed here in the 9th inning.
A lot to like about C. Morrison. A lot to like. And I tell you what, I'm not sure what his contract is, but Athletics would have to be...
Sign him up on a long-term deal, Rob.
Don't let him get to free.
Oh, here's a go again. It's gone up through the middle. And that's 2 batters for 2 hits to 8. And here they go.
None out.
None out.
Now, we know they've been in this situation at least twice
They
before
need to
today.
capitalise, Rob, don't they?
And who's up? Ben Nielsen's up, who's more than capable.
He is capable.
And then you've got Wolf coming up, James Wolf. So
Oh!
get through.
Head of the ball, it's gone down. Oh, there's a double play on here, Rob. Oh, my goodness gracious. The Pirates, and this is why they're sitting where they are, Rob Christie.
I'll tell you what.
That's great play.
That's there's a bit of Dion Warwick about it, a bit of a heartbreaker,
Oh,
isn't it?
he was
Really?
channeling Chester Wilcock there, the great Eagles third baseman. With his twinkle toes, he just went over there. We see here in replay, he got ahead of the ball, kept it, threw it back over to first, and when he saw the ball sailing over, the 2 hands went up to say, I've got the double play here again. And,
He's had a good game.
Really,
Watts has had a good game at third, all jokes aside.
Yep.
And I might have been a bit harsh on him before about that out of bounds call, which is long gone. But you can only say what you see. But no, he's been very, very. Oh, he's been better than solid. He's made some big plays.
oh, that hit is up in the air to centre field. And there is your grand final now. It is all over. And how good have the Pirates been in their defence, Rob?
Oh, look, they deserved the victory. You couldn't say anything otherwise about them today. They led from go to woe and hit the ball well, hit it consistently, knocked the runs in, and got the spoils.
Well, if we just analyse that, Rob, Johnny Noonan was fantastic on the mound, aggressive in both with pitching and with his batting, as we're just going to see a replay of this last out. And they made a couple of clutch plays, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was that double play that when all of a sudden the A's were threatening, and it was Watts who took that catch and then threw it back to first base
Twice.
and he did it again in that last inning when they looked to be getting ahead. He took that clean fielding ball, which isn't easy in the corner there at third base, by the way, because that's the longest throw.
Yeah.
And then he put it over to first baseman Shane Davies for that double play. So there are our victors in the top division in Southern Tasmania's baseball series, with the Pirates running out very, very comfortable winners here today, Rob Christie, 9 runs to 2.
Yeah. Oh, look, very deserved. I'm probably repeating myself, but they're very deserved winners. And I'd be interested to know who they might have had in reserve as a short or long relief today, but they didn't need it. And
you can see the Athletics just over there, the soul searching. The only question mark around the Athletics to me is their secret weapon, Grant Stump. You can see him over there. He was ready to go. The only reason I can think he didn't come out, Rob, that he might have been having some lingering injury, because you'd unleash the beast, surely. The great man.
Yeah, that'll all come out in the wash, won't it?
Yeah.
With Stumpy.
We'll go over there after and have a bit of a chat. I reckon the old boy was. And here's the good camaraderie as we're seeing the players coming down now. And I think this is the president of the league. I think it might be Callum out there. It is Callum indeed. Undoing these much coveted medals, Rob Christie.
Oh, yeah.
It's in all forms of sport, no matter what it is, it's great to get them, and you can see that one of the doyens of the baseball in Cape, Burley Dave Edwards, is giving out the medals to the Pirates. And it's great to see the athletics over there. Johnny Kaz with great enthusiasm, big smile, Sullivan and the like. Good sportsmanship here, Rob Christie.
Oh, it is. Played in really good spirits, or spirit, and Steady Edwards. I mean, he would have done this many a time. He just do it in his sleep, this presentation. But as you say, it's great to see him there and being recognised in this way. And he's still there, helping son Jordan out, who plays and doing some umpiring, and same with young O'Brien. And
it was Nigel.
it's terrific. Nigel O'Brien.
Out there, did some great umpiring. All of the players getting their due recognition with their medallion for the victors. And tell you what, he played a great game, didn't he?
He did.
Johnny Noonan.
Yeah.
Interesting to see who gets the coveted best on ground medal, the Phil Waddington medal today.
Yeah, who's your tip? Are we unanimous here?
Oh, I think it's got to go to John Noonan, surely.
Yeah, well, it's got to
We'll wait and see. I think it's
9 innings.
Here it is, the special one.
Hit the ball well.
John Noonan, there it is, Johnny Noonan. No surprises there, Rob Christie.
No surprises.
Had a great game.
Oh, he did. And
best on ground. He's just the adoring fans just getting the photos of the big fella. Big barrel chest there, strong performance.
Looks like he looks fresh as a day.
He does look fresh, doesn't he?
He does.
He's only thrown it, 9 innings.
No, that's all.
Brilliant
Just a
performance
lazy
by
nine.
him. It's not that easy, is it, Rob? There's a lot of it.
He looks like a non-fussed character.
Yeah, very much so.
Which.
So the players are coming in, the Pirates, and apparently, Rob, they just sent, I can just hear down the microphone, they've extended an invitation for us to go and have a frothy or two with them to share in their celebration. So we hope that you have enjoyed the coverage here at the Jamie McIntyre Sports Diamond in beautiful downtown Prince of Wales Bay. And Rob Christie, thank you so much indeed for joining me here in the commentary tower, the Otto Kroon Tower. It's been lovely to reminisce and have you. Thanks to Jerry and Duff for pressing the buttons and pulling the cameras. We've done a great job. It's the old veteran Andrew Hopwood here saying we hope that you've enjoyed the big day here of the grand finals, and our congratulations go out to our victors in the day. In the first game, of course, Rob, we saw the Blue Jays go down to the White Sox. Good performance by the White Sox. And here in the second game, the Athletics tried hard, but our congratulations go out to the Pirates. We thank you very much indeed. We look forward to bringing you the coverage next year, and please be safe and have a very good year. And it's all from Duff TV.